Started. All right, welcome, folks. This will be the start of game number 6 of Civ4 AI Survivor Season 6. Here's the overview of our map. This is one of our games with 7 leaders as opposed to 6. So we've got the one extra AI. This game is widely being seen by the community as being just completely wide open. So anyone can win this. There's not really much of a favorite. We had divided between a bunch of different people for first and second. The only thing resembling a favorite is Churchill is first to die. He was picked by about 40% of the people. But really, there's people picking Kublai, there's people picking Cyrus, like I have people picking Tokugawa. It's kind of all over the place in this one. So this one's just going to be, I think it's just going to be fun to watch what happens. And that's kind of how I'm going to approach this too. So with no further ado, why don't we get started? Now we know that Boudica is going to found the first religion. Question is who's going to found the other early religion? And no one else starts with mysticism. It looks like it's going to be Tokugawa or Genghis Khan. So I don't know what that means, but that's what it looks like. And we'll keep an eye on where the early settlers are going. So it's, if you're new to this, it's wherever the archers are. This is what I was worried about with Boudica, was that she'd walk into the northern tundra and then also research a religion to start so she doesn't connect her food resources. Toku heading northeast. All right, early city down from Toku. Let's go ahead and see. Him and Degal both settled here. So he has settled a spot that does not have food, but does have horses. So a lot of resources. And over here, Degal has settled for, wow, that's a very close plant, huh? Well, he needs to get animal husbandry. That's his key tech. He is researching it, so that's a nice recognition there. But De Gaulle, industrious, charismatic, he does not have creative culture, so he's not going to pop these borders anytime soon. Kind of a, I don't know, not the greatest city, I'd have to say. In part because it just doesn't really claim any territory. It's only 3 tiles away from his capital, which is kind of weird that he decided to pick a spot that close. Usually they go a little bit further away. Alrighty, but we've got other cities. So Cyrus didn't do what I said, and we were discussing the game before I started the recording here. And I said I thought he was going to settle on this tile, and some other people said they thought he was going to settle on the dies. But he kind of split the difference here. So this city does not have any resources immediately. Oh, you know what? Never mind. It picks this up for a 3 food tile. That's not terrible. The reason why it picks that up is from the capital. Needs to expand borders. This becomes a very good city when borders are expanded. It kind of closes off the Mongols from immediate expansion. Like, if there's another city planet over here, it could box in Temujin a little bit. So, and Cyrus, wow, look at this. Early settler. It's not a settler at size 2. What the? Okay. I guess he really wants that settler. You think Degal got baited by the banana? Oh, yeah, that's true. The AI looks at resources it can't connect, so probably looked at the banana. Boudica up here, this is going to be a holy city. Unfortunately for her, it's going to be tossing culture out into the Arctic. But there is something good about this, and that means she's going to have iron in her borders, because otherwise she may be locked out of resources. Well, she'll have the horses, but like the only other iron is here. She might not get that. She does not have copper. So she'll need to go ironworking. She probably will because she has militaristic tech preferences, but this will make sure that she gets the iron. So that's actually okay. Cyrus is not creative. The only creative leader in this game is Kublai Khan. Everyone else is non-creative. And that's it. Kublai hasn't settled yet, and Churchill hasn't settled yet. Okay, Churchill picked another nice spot. Floodplains, River Valley. Now he needs animal husbandry here, but like horses, pigs. There's gems over here too. This start position is pretty disgusting. He needs the borders to expand. The city gets about 100 times better with border expansion because it gets the floodplains and the horses and the pigs. But still, I think that's a pretty nice spot overall. And Toku has picked not a nice spot. What does he do? Or not Toku, Genghis Khan. That is definitely not where to send the first settler. I don't know where he should have sent it, but there were better spots than this. So, yeah. Might have been better to settle here. I don't know. That looks like a pretty good spot to me. Maybe I'm crazy, but that looks like a good spot for a city. Wet corn, gold resource. I don't know, but I mean, he does get a 3 food center tile, so I guess that's something. Um, and fish down the road. That city is bananas. Yeah, like the Khan. It is a 3 food plant. Vindicator's right. Anyway, all right. So who still has to settle? Kublai Khan. Uh, Another candidate for the real poverty points. Yikes. Okay. I mean, someday if you can cut down the jungle, it's okay. But okay. Yeah. What the less said about that spot, the better. Not so good. Not a good location there. Anyway, so right now we'll just click some turns, watch the religion race. Boudica is gonna get meditation. Who's gonna get the next? Tokugawa is also on meditation apparently, but he has canceled that and gone agriculture. Interesting. And surprisingly, the Mongols are apparently going to get the game's second religion. Okay. Huh. Okay. Kublai Khan researching archery. Cyrus researching archery. Look at this, though. Ooh. Six food, six food. Nice. Wow. That's pretty good. This is one of the reasons why I like Cyrus. I just like his opening with this early on. He even gets the extra happiness from charismatic, so he gets one extra happy face, and he's going to connect this soon too. Because remember, he starts with hunting, just needs the borders to expand out there, and then he'll have another happy face. The stone, I think the stone, if he goes for early Stonehenge and connects that stone, I mean, he's charismatic. If he had Stonehenge, that would be really good for him. Cyrus Econ crash in 40 turns. Well, probably, but he'll be able to expand quickly. We'll see if he trashes his economy. Churchill's going for the wheel. A lot of people on archery. De Gaulle's going for his animal husbandry that he needs. Toku on agriculture, which is the tech he needs. So good call there. Japan's starting techs are awful, so he needs to go for something like that. Starting techs for Japan are fishing and the wheel, which are really not good starting techs. But going mysticism probably doesn't hurt him because now he'll actually be able to pop borders. Like oftentimes some of these leaders just ignore border mysticism for ages and ages. Cyrus is on the wheel. Oh, that's going to reveal his horses, so then he'll probably go animal husbandry after that. If he goes animal husbandry, I really like that opening. He almost has a settler done already on turn 13, so okay. That's something different. Settler on turn 14, holy cow. I'll just screenshot that. That's pretty crazy. I mean, we know the AI likes to go for early settlers, but that's very early for the settlers. Anyway, this is like more typical. Turn 25-ish. The wheel doesn't reveal horses. You say that every game. Okay. It did at one time. Uh, so he might settle here for the clams. Oh, never mind. Well, we'll see. Ingrained over 15 years. You guys are like, he never remembers. All right, what are the other 8 leaders doing? So over here, Kubla has researched fishing and is starting to build workboats. So that'll give him extra food here. Unfortunately, he really needs bronze working to cut down these trees, which might be delayed for a little while. Toku, all right, Toku went on to animal husbandry. Boudica picking up agriculture, which is, again, a tech she needs. She is right now connecting the furs. Okay. I mean, hey, anytime you can get a tile with 0 food, 0 production for commerce, you got to hook that up as soon as possible. 0 food. All right. De Gaulle has finished animal husbandry, so he's going to connect his food resources, which is also something he needs. Build pastures there. There's the Hinduism, founded by the Eastern Mongols, Green Mongols. So this will probably spread to Cyrus. Although we'll see. So it'll be really interesting whether Cyrus gets Boudica's religion or Genghis Khan's religion. Okay, that's not really a good place to put a city down. The only thing it does is it gets the ivory in play, which he can connect immediately because he has hunting. Of course, he needs to build roads, but okay, that was maybe not the place to put your 3rd city, buddy. Still, it is another city, just no food bonuses. Kind of a weaker spot there. So we'll see what he chooses to do with that. All right, who else's settler's almost done? I know some other leaders were getting close. I think The closest is Genghis Khan, actually. We'll keep an eye on him as we watch what the leaders are researching. All right, Cyrus going for fishing. Why in the world would he research fishing? That makes no sense. He needs animal husbandry. Oh well. But this settler will be on its way out. I guess fishing does get trade routes over water, which is something. I mean, he's connected a lot of tiles here. Just his economy kind of stinks because he has no commerce on any of them. Anyway. Okay, so what else is going on? Let's keep an eye on this. Over here, de Gaulle has finished. Wait, why is Paris size? Did he build a settler at size 1? What the heck? Why would he do that? Instead of just growing. He has a 5 food tile and a 4 food tile. Why would he do that? Sailing's water trade routes, that's right. Down here, Toku has connected his 1 food resource and then working a lot of high production tiles. Hey, gotta get that barracks out quickly, remember. Also, Toku getting animal husbandry is nice. Now we'll be able to connect his horses. Okay, so there's a settler that just finished here, and then de Gaulle's got a settler that just finished over here. Right? Yeah, he just finished it in his capital. Oh, first Barb City popping up too. Over here in the northwestern wilds. That'll be annoying for the leaders over there. All right, let's see where's Genghis going to send this settler. He has a lot of roads built because he starts with, Mongols start with wheel tech. Oh, there's Cyrus. Incoming economy crash. So he's already connected the ivory, which gives him the extra happiness. That's nice for him. All right, and then Toku finished a settler, and de Gaulle finished a settler. Put this on domestic so we can see. Here's the settler for, wait, what the? He moved back into his territory? What's he doing? Did he, oh, he spotted a barb arch. Okay, that's probably not the worst idea, because that warrior might well lose to the barb archer. Meanwhile, down here, the Mongols are very slowly walking this settler around. Toku looks to be going west instead of east. Toku also had a barb spawn right here. I'm really curious where this French settler is going. It's guarded by 2 warriors now. And is there a settler in here? Okay, there's a settler here, and Churchill probably has one out as well. Yep, they all finished right around the same time. More or less the same time. Well, I guess Cyrus really did want to go for early sailing for whatever reason. Maybe he really does want the water trade routes. But he's about to have his 4th city, or 3rd settler for his 4th city out on the map. This is like the little mini region. I mean, look at this. This is nuts. He's producing settlers at 20 food hammers per turn. That's pretty crazy. Now if he just can get some commerce. He should be researching pottery, I think. I guess he has a little commerce down here. Oh, wait, he's building 2 settlers? Yeah, a Great Lighthouse would legitimately be useful for him because all of his cities are on the coast thus far. That would honestly be pretty darn good. All right, Boudica's got a settler over here. There's about a 1% chance she could lose this settler to the Barbs. Not surprisingly, she didn't. All right, so she founds there. Establishing the border with the Persians over there. Already has tossed out a ton of culture up here in the north. So we've got a 3rd city from de Gaulle as well. I actually like this city a lot, double food resources. He has animal husbandry, and he also has agriculture. So he'll be able to connect those food bonuses. Pretty good start from de Gaulle. A little slow to connect the animal husbandry resources, but he got there. And Toku is, okay, and then these two have settled towards each other. I think there's good odds these two end up in a war just because I think there's going to be some tension there. Very nice city from Genghis Khan. Wet corn, iron, not as good for Tokugawa because there's no food bonuses, but it's in that direction. Churchill not really seeing a lot of pressure from the other AI leaders. Where's his settler, by the way? He moved it back into his territory because of barbs. But sooner or later he should. Oh, there it is. Never mind. Also, it looks like he's going to build Stonehenge. I thought Cyrus might build it, but nope. Looks like it's Churchill. This is going to be a very fast wonder build for him. And that'll be nice because then his users get the free border pops. For right now, Churchill's last in score, but I don't think that's going to be much longer. He's researching bronze working, so he'll have copper as soon as he roads that. What is what is Kublai Khan doing? Like, what is this? What are these settlers? What is he doing here? Is he trolling the rest of the field? All of his cities are size 1 and can't grow. Oh boy. I don't know what this is, but it's not good, you guys. He's got another settler in production, so okay. And meanwhile over here, Cyrus decided that he was going to settle in a place where he can't access the can't access the fish in the second ring. He's not organized right now. He's not organized. Well, he's settled his little peninsula. I wonder if he'll get more stuff. He did also connect his cities. Oh well, he's popping out the settlers, so we'll see. Oh, actually, we have another Stonehenge race down here. Toku's also building it. Churchill would win the coin flip because he's first in turn order if nothing else changes. Boy, there's a couple more Barb cities popping up here. 2 in the south, 1 in the northwest. Number of settlers in production, too. Let's see who gets Stonehenge. I don't think either side can whip it. Yeah, I don't think either side can whip because I don't think either side has bronze working. Oh, is Churchill? Churchill's not going to get it. He's going to discover bronze working and he's going to revolt to slavery. He's going to revolt to slavery and lose it by 1 turn. I think. Maybe not. They are both 1 turn away. Let's see who actually gets it. Yep. Churchill adopts slavery, and Tokugawa has completed Stonehenge. Oh, that's actually really good for Toku. That's going to save him a lot of production on culture. Oh, Churchill's third city, yeah. He just found, well, he walked around that unit for a long time. This is a city that would really benefit from Stonehenge because the food's in the second ring. Does get the Plains Hill plant, but wow, would have been so much better for him to have that. Has he connected this? He also needs to connect his copper. He has bronze working done. He just needs to build a road. Okay, he's building a road to it right now. Oh well, that's a bit of a shame there, isn't it? Church of the slavery poison pill. So yeah, Cyrus just finished double settlers. We'll see if he actually sent them out. Does he have the economy to handle those cities? He might with the early sailing. So Kubla's at 50% research, Cyrus is at 50%, Boudica's at 50%, a little lower amount. Churchill's the highest, he's the early. Yeah, it looks like he's probably okay. Actually, Toku's 60%. Yep. We'll see if he sends them out. Sometimes the AI just builds a settler and they just stand in the capital doing nothing for whatever reason. But there should be some more settlers out on the map right now from somebody. Kublai just finished one. And Genghis has one out too. We'll see where this one ends up going. Heading north. Because Cyrus has a settler up there too. Is it going to settle right here? Probably. Get the horses in first string. Oh, look at this. This is who can get cold. Oh, wow. Cyrus had a settler right here, just beaten. I think Cyrus would have settled that same spot. Very close race. So Cyrus has picked up Temujin's religion, which means he is more likely to go into conflict with Boudica. So that could be significant. Where did the religion pop up? It was in the capital. Oh, so he'll now have another happy face to get to grow to larger sizes. Still, these are like that's a pretty nice city once it pops borders. Boy, Cyrus really could have benefited from Stonehenge, couldn't he? That said, Temujin's locked down the border with them. Who gets this copper is really important. If Cyrus doesn't get this copper, he could be in a lot of trouble. He definitely needs to get the copper resource. He was that close. His lack of putting culture in this city is really hurting him because you can see all these resources are in the second ring. Anyway, so this settler will probably head over here now. Cyrus getting pottery. Yeah, Cyrus getting pottery is important to avoid crashing his economy so he can build some cottages. I still don't quite get the early fishing, but whatever. 5 cities is probably better than trying for Stonehenge and missing it. Agreed. Agreed on that. All right, so the domestic units. So there's a settler from Boudica over here. Kublai has settled another city. I guess there's a very small chance he could lose his settler here. Again, the land is just not high quality. Not likely, but it could have happened. Just refresh the map, just in case something were to get captured by the barbs. How close was that? Not really. It looks like the barbed archer got one hit in the combat. So Churchill also tossed down another city to pick up these gems. Will be good long term. He definitely needs ironworking so he can chop through jungle. He's, I believe, the first one to research or to get a metal resource connected. So he is not likely to be threatened early on because he'll have axes running around before most of the other AI units. And Toku a little slow to expand here. Does he have another settler? Okay, he does have a settler out. Still, just on the 3 cities. Meanwhile, Cyrus is doing the settle everything. He's on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He's on 6 cities. Toku's on 3. Like that does make a difference. Um, Now, how about Boudica? She had a settler. Where's she sending it? She's not sending it north, is she? Just as it's sitting in her ice city. Where is this going? I hope she's not planning on settling that tile. What? 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 What is she doing? Like, what could be the possible attraction of this spot? Surely not the whales, right? Big brain city. Okay. Well, she's sure hasn't settled a lot of the land. She's kind of let Cyrus and to a lesser extent to Gaul take a lot of the land over here. There's still good territory right here that no one's claimed yet. Look at this. Like this is a really nice river valley in here. I guess we'll see who gets it. Um, anyway, so Churchill is currently the laggard in score, but I don't think his position's that bad because he's got all these resources. Like his capital is going to expand and pick up the gold, and then he'll have the gems as soon as he researches ironworking. Anyway, so Kublai's researching bronze working. Does he have copper? No, not in his territory. De Gaulle's researching bronze working, and he does have copper. He also grabbed this city recently, so he'll be reasonably strong early on too. All right, let's zoom out and take our overview screenshot just so we have a sense of where people are. Boudica, so the middle of the map is still pretty wide open right now. As far as diplomacy, I'm sure Churchill, he's only the worst enemy of one person, de Gaulle, hanging in there. Any other worst enemies? Nope. Pretty much everyone's just cautious thus far, except de Gaulle and Churchill are annoyed. Otherwise, it's mostly cautious faces. Temujin, though, is pleased with Cyrus. It's probably the only other thing that's significant. And Cyrus is pleased with him. He's pleased with Boudica at -1, which is pretty funny. Remember, Boudica doesn't declare war at please, so she can't declare war on Tokugawa. That's about it. All right, not a lot going on there. Let's look at the early demos just quickly. GNP, Toku's the leader right now. There's that crashed economy from Persia. Production, Kublai's struggling. Food, Cyrus has the clear lead there. Power, pretty even for the most part. Wait, is this? No, this is Kublai Khan. I was like, wait a minute. Don't tell me Genghis Khan is last in power, but no, that's Kublai. And then culture, Stonehenge, Holy City, Creative. Okay, so not a ton going on just yet. First time chat from viewer. Cool. How long is the stream going to happen? Usually these streams run for about 2.5 hours, and we're maybe like 20 minutes in. So this will run for a while, but it'll be saved if you can't catch it live. It'll be saved and it'll be up on YouTube and recorded here on Twitch for later. Good question. Oh yeah, any wonders in production, just out of curiosity? Anything stupid? But look at all these granaries from Cyrus. Granary is one of the most important buildings to build. Not seeing much yet. So, all right, just keep advancing forward then. Toku's largest. Wait, he has the most territory? Surprised Cyrus isn't higher, but I guess he hasn't expanded borders. He has a size 9 capital right now. Holy cow. Oh, he must have traded furs from Boudica. I was like, how did he get that much happiness? What's she trading him for that? Corn for fur. Okay. The fur is a lot more valuable than the corn. That's gonna help him. I mean, he can grow these cities like he can grow this city to size 7. That's a big deal this early in the game, where the AI struggles on happiness. Anyway, we'll see what he's able to do from there. By the way, thanks for subscribing, Antisocial. Jeff Bezos is financial alive. There's nobody financial in this game, right? Yeah, nobody's financial in this game. These cities just need to expand their borders so badly. He should 100% research mysticism instead. Oh, he's going mining bronze working. Okay, because his economy kind of sinks down to 30% research. Well, bronze working is he does need bronze working too, and that'll let him chop these forests. So overall, I think it's a pretty solid start from Cyrus, and he's got yet another settler on the move over here. He would benefit from the Great Lighthouse to a ridiculous extent, but I don't know if he'll ever. Probably not going to build that. I mean, he could. He's got the early lighthouses. Anyway, Boudica is. I don't know what Boudica is doing. She's just like trolling the game by settling the Arctic. Over here, De Gaulle. Where does he? Does he have a settler out? Okay, he does have a settler out. Apparently, an unguarded settler. So WTF that? But he does have a settler out. Normally, the AI at least guards their settlers. Temujin or Kubla just finished one as well. Toku also trolling, settling the Antarctic down in the south, and apparently building the Great Wall. Now, this is weird that he's building these wonders that are stone-based when he has marble. You would think he would build the marble-based wonders, like going for Oracle, but maybe he doesn't have the tech for that. And Genghis Khan doesn't appear to have a settler on the map. He just settled this spot, which is another candidate for the real poverty point. Hope you guys are enjoying the beach there. Um, and now he's building Temple of Artemis, which is extremely unlike Genghis Khan to build the Temple of Artemis. I don't get that. Anyway, hopefully for his sake, he'll connect the gold. That would like double his commerce if he mined that tile. All right, he is working on it. Toko Fourth City gets deer iron. Yeah, I mean, okay, but I guess that's true. It does get a key strategic resource, but he could have settled right here for iron as well. That would have been a better spot. So Cyrus, he needs to connect this gems. That would help him a lot. He also needs to get open borders. Foreign trade routes would help him a lot. He's got yeah, he's at, his commerce is terrible. But, the thing is, this is Deity that we're running the games on. We do that largely because the games play out faster on Deity. We don't want to spend 450 turns clicking through, like, Monarch AIs. But the Deity AIs, like, pretty much it's always in their interest to just get more cities because everything is so cheap on Deity. And, like, he's building cottages, so, like, this will get him more commerce eventually. So I still think that just expanding is good for him. Like, look at how he's cut off Boudica. Like, she is not getting these spots. I mean, she has room for a city, like, right here, but she's really been cut off. Cyrus has just gotten everything. It's been a really nice use of the expansion from him in this game. So now he just needs to get the economy to back it up and maybe connect a strategic resource of some kind. He's building a cottage on his horses. What the heck? He just better hope nobody attacks him. I think he's in reasonably good shape because he's got people with similar low peace weight near him. Here's how people feel because like Genghis Khan can declare pleased, but he's less likely to. He's actually pleased with both of his neighbors right now. But this is a bad sign. This city's going to pop its borders, and that copper is not going to be in range. Like it's actually going to be grabbed by this city because this city actually has a monument, and Pasargadae does not. Kind of inexplicable. So yeah, that's kind of a bad giveaway for Cyrus not to control this because this city was founded like 30 turns before this city. We'll see if that comes back to bite him. He will have iron, but won't have copper connected, and that could be trouble for old Cyrus, who's leading the game in score right now. Genghis Khan, my pick to be first to die, is actually looking very strong right now. Looking pretty strong. Whoops. Okay, so we did have another city or two go down. It looks like this city was just founded by de Gaulle. This is the unescorted settler he had running around. Grabs horses, not bad. Little scanty on food, but does push towards the middle of the map. This Barb city will be interesting to see who grabs that one. How about Churchill? We haven't checked in on him. What is he doing? He's been building axes, apparently. Well, if that enables him to take this Barb city, that could be worthwhile. He's apparently attacking the Barb city with these axes right now. Kublai Khan has been expanding. His more recent cities are a little stronger. Like this gets him gold. There's no food, but it does get him gold. How are Genghis' cities in terms of quality? Good question. Let's turn on the resource indicator. Um, so he has two cities that are very high quality. His capital and Old Sarai. His other three fishing villages are not. Actually, this city, since it gained control of this tile, is now a high quality city because it's going to get that fish resource. If Pasargadae had gotten any kind of culture in it, then Pasargadae would have been the stronger city. But like these are the key tiles, and like we said, you just have to see who grabs them. All right, so Genghis Khan just got bronze working, so he'll connect that, and then he'll might start to look for a target to attack. He also has a settler out on the map. Oops, what was that? All right, so Toku finishes the Great Wall. We get the cool graphic surrounding his cities. This is hurting Toku, this city, because this is probably Toku's next expansion spot, but he wasn't able to claim it because of that. Also, Cyrus all the way up to 20%, 30% now. Somehow he's managed to run his city into unhappiness despite all that. He builds cottages everywhere. Hey, Cyrus, get some culture, man. If you would just get some culture. Boudica finally planted, she double expanded, finally got some more spots here and here. So middle of the map still has some more room, but the sides are starting to get kind of cramped. Let's look at her cities real quick. This one's pretty good quality. This one over here, not so great. And she gets another iron resource. Now she is on bronze working. She's not going to have copper, but she will have iron down the road. So we'll see if she pushes for that. A lot of focus on this Barb city right now. And how's Churchill doing? He doesn't look like he's going to be able to kill this Barb city, at least not immediately. I think this axe is slowly healing. There's Cyrus adopting slavery, so he finished bronze working. Oh, now he goes animal husbandry. Why? Why not earlier, buddy? Oh well, I guess because he didn't have any animal husbandry resources visible. Like he didn't have any pigs or cows or whatever. So now he'll belatedly do that and get his unique unit, the Immortal. De Gaulle also expanding. Keep an eye on him. He's last in score right now. So what did he do? All right, his economy is just trash. But as I've said, it's always better to have more cities because he tossed this one out and then this one. So Boudica, because of her troll job of settling, has kind of gotten boxed in pretty good here. De Gaulle has certainly put himself in a position to annoy a lot of neighbors. I think the big early question of this game is who does Genghis Khan go after? If he goes after Cyrus, Cyrus is not going to have a good game. If he goes after, I don't know, De Gaulle or Tokugawa or someone else, we'll see. Boudica has the foreign religion. But like he's got, now that he's connected copper, he's going to have metal. If I had known that Cyrus would somehow fail to get control of this copper, even though it was right next to his second city, I maybe would not have picked Cyrus. Do they have border tension? I mean, they're +5 right now because of shared religion. So at the moment, no. At the moment, no. There's actually not a lot of tension right now. There's very little annoyed. Almost everyone's pleased or cautious. Churchill's not even anyone's worst enemy so far. So, yeah, Cyrus not having any culture denies him. I'm just kind of surprised he didn't get control of this, but he did not. I thought he would just settle on this tile. I thought that's where he was going to settle because it's only 1, 2, 3. It's only 4 tiles from his capital, but That did not happen. He is working a lot of cottages right now, for whatever that's worth. Like a lot of cottages. This city is just working 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cottages. Yeah, he's up to 40% research now. In fact, on that note, let's just see what everybody's doing in terms of research. Kublai's 12 beakers per turn, Cyrus 18, Boudica 21, Churchill 31. Churchill's the early tech leader. Oh, De Gaulle, no, 3 beakers per turn, De Gaulle, what the heck? Temujin 11, Tokugawa 13. Oh boy, De Gaulle, maybe it wasn't a good idea to settle all the way down here. So yeah, that's maybe not what you wanted. I do think the game's going to swing on who declares war on whom, though. Like I think that's a really, really big, as it usually does. It's not like that's unusual for AI Survivor, but just feels like it's even more swingy than usual in this game. All right, so now we've got the monotheism religion in the English cities. De Gaulle, does he have pottery? He does. So at least he'll be able to recover to some extent because he can work cottages. But his early economy is not good. All right, this city down here is down to just 2 archers remaining. Looks like this archer attacked out and killed something. Churchill, he had a really good starting position. He sure has not expanded, has he? Like compare his 4 cities to Kublai Khan, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 cities. Japan has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cities, although Japan's surrounded by barbed cities, which is kind of annoying. It's unfortunate for Cyrus he doesn't have units better than archers. Oh, actually, that's not true. He's about to connect this, and Immortals can actually kill barb archers pretty well. All right, so Churchill converts. Cyrus is all the way out to De Gaulle. Yep, he's working on this. This will just be RNG as far as who captures this, pretty much. Churchill converting to a religion no one else practices is probably not good for his health, but we'll see. Genghis Khan with that bizarre Temple of Artemis build. And Cyrus on ironworking, which is something he needs. He needs to get a metal source. But he'll need to expand borders to get this because it'll be outside the initial range. Well, that will allow him to connect another resource there. He legitimately could probably build this Great Lighthouse because he actually has a lighthouse in this city and he's building Moai here. I don't know. We'll see. I know I say that a lot. Cyrus Moai hype. What the? Okay. Early golden age for Toku. Just checking in and see if anyone's plotting war this early. Now he would not be because he doesn't have metals connected yet. And he's not plotting war yet. Not yet, at least. Might be a little early for these AIs to be. Churchill would, yeah, no. Boudica doesn't plot it pleased. So she's unlikely to. All right, doesn't look like anyone's currently plotting war. It's a gall on his economy. So yeah, kind of quiet in the game right now. Look at all these archers. So many archers. Anyway, Toku, let's see what Techie Oracle. Metal casting. Should have known from the forge he was building. Yeah, he's building a lot of wonders in this game. He's looking pretty solid so far. So what I would need for my predictions to come true would be for Toku to attack, for Genghis Khan to attack one of his neighbors, and then Cyrus and Toku to work together to kill him. That would be kind of what my predictions would want. Hey Cyrus, get some culture. What is with this no mysticism thing? Anyway, he at least has immortals. They're good at killing archers, so he might be able to take the barb cities with them. A lot of these barb cities are under siege right now. I'm just gonna check out. It's like this one is down to 3 archers, although one of them's wandering around outside the city. Where are the other barb cities? This one is not being attacked just yet. And then there's 1, 2 right in the middle of this one's not being. Oh, this one's down to just 2 units. Temujin's gonna take this. He will definitely capture that. And then this one is who the heck knows? Just like a bunch of units outside. So this looks like it's going to get grabbed shortly by the, yep, Churchill and a random marcher. But so this may bring the Green Mongols and Japan into conflict with one another because that's right on top of each other. I mean, I guess these cities up here are right on top of each other too, though. I actually think Genghis Khan. Oh, I wasn't expecting that. Okay, that's a very early war declaration. What? What? He wasn't even plotting war a couple turns ago. Okay. Okay. War number one. Let's go. All right. So let's see how people feel about the two combatants. So here's how people feel about De Gaulle. Kubla's pleased, Cyrus is pleased, Boudicca's pleased, Temujin's pleased. So they all like him. How about people feel about De Gaulle? Okay, well, Toku hates him because he declared war. Genghis Khan is pleased. Kublai's pleased, and then the other three are cautious. To call it three beakers, yeah. I don't know what De Gaulle's doing. This is a very weird start to the game for him. It's not like Toku lacks metal resources or something. All right, and then Toku just flipped into Churchill's religion. All right. Well, that should dial up a little of the tension between him and some of the other leaders. Like Temujin is still pleased, still pleased at the moment, but now Temujin is annoyed with Churchill and cautious towards Boudica. He's almost a friendly with Cyrus. They're very close to getting friendly. All right, well, let's watch this war, such as it is. This very early war. I guess it's not that early. It's turn 85. Okay, Boudica gets one of the game's better wonders in the pyramids. Now she'll probably go uni-suffrage, which is useless in the early game, although pretty good in the late game. Cyrus's expansion's kind of stalled out too, hasn't it? He got out to 7 cities and then kind of stopped. Oh, but he's building the Great Lighthouse. Anyone else working on that, just out of curiosity? We said that's the wonder he needed. Nope. We said that's the wonder that would most be beneficial to him, because like all of his cities are on the coast, or half of them are anyway. Okay. Most cities, so 7 for Cyrus. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Wait, 9? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, 9. I think it's Genghis Khan with 9. Kublai has a lot too. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. He has 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So most of them are right around 7 cities. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, almost everyone's around 6 or 7. And then the Mongols captured a Barb city. So they're doing a little bit better. Yeah, this attack's not going anywhere. This attack is going precisely nowhere. Although, I could be wrong. There is only 2 archers and a chariot in this city. I don't know why it's not better defended. Oh well, there were walls, so still nothing happened. Difficult to attack protective leaders early. Ah, Cyrus, on writing. Finally gonna get some kind of source. Alright, so Temujin's going after somebody. Now the question is, who's the target? If it's Tokugawa, Toku's in a lot of trouble. If it's Cyrus, Cyrus is in a lot of trouble. Cyrus still doesn't have a metal resource connected, although he will soon. So he's plotting war. How about Cyrus? All right, he is not plotting war. How about Boudica? Nope. And Kublai? Nope. So Temujin's the one we gotta watch. He's the one who's rallying his armies for war. You can sometimes get a sense for where they're going based on where the units are moving. Not always. If there's a big stack of units on this tile, he's probably attacking Cyrus. If there's a big stack of units here, he's probably going for Toku. It looks like there's more units going here. That's not a guarantee, but well. Oh, well, that was a fast Great Lighthouse. I guess he whipped it. So more people converting over to Churchill's religion. If he's going to do something in this game, that's the way to have it happen. Boy, Toku really does not like De Gaulle because of the war. He might be one of the weaker leaders with military power. True, that could be it. Oh, we should see how much that helped Cyrus's economy. It appears to have helped it a lot because now he's up to 50% with unhappiness. Yeah, that was a good wonder for him. Oh, where was that? Ah, that's a nice pickup for Toko. Just gets him an extra city and a fairly high quality one at that. How about over here at Numidian? There's quite a few people over here. No one's attacking Cherokee yet, and Churchill still whittling away at that city. Anyway, de Gaulle's armies are still headed down into Japan. He's got more units. Did he ever manage to fix his economy, just out of curiosity? Yeah, he's at 24. That's better. He's been able to salvage it. Most people are around 20, although Churchill's at 60. Okay. You know, if he had more cities, he'd be very dangerous. Oh, he is up to 7 now. Yeah, he might actually be dangerous in this game. He's definitely not. I would be shocked if he was first to die at this point. Just trying to see if I can spot where Temujin might be going. Starting to put a few more units over here. He may be going for Cyrus. Cyrus does not have metals connected yet, although he will once this library finishes. This could be bad for Cyrus. Cyrus had a good early game, but not looking as good now. Kublai Khan plotting? No, he's not. All right, just clicking through open borders. All right, so well, that was fast. That war did not last very long. The sweepstakes for who would get that Barb city won by the Celts. So Boudica gets another city. Yeah, you know, Cyrus had the great early game. He's really fallen off, hasn't he? I'm not really feeling that first place pick right now. The big thing that's killed him is just he didn't get culture in his cities. That's just been killing him here. If he had just bothered to get an early monument in this city, he'd have control of these tiles and he'd be so much stronger, but it didn't happen. All right, so our first war comes to an end. The Gauls units get bounced back. That was thoroughly pointless aside from creating a lot of unhappiness between the two sides. If you're curious about who has a lot of power right now, it's Toku, de Gaulle, Boudica, and Genghis Khan. Kublai is last right now. And there's Boudica adopting universal suffrage. Okay. Toku not looking bad right now. Considering the early attack, he handled that pretty well. Getting the Barb city for another city definitely helped. All right, where is Genghis Khan going? Because he apparently is still plotting war, right? Yeah, he's going to mess up somebody's day. He does not appear to be first to die. My first to die pick for Genghis Khan is not looking so great right now. He looks pretty darn strong, despite trolling his second city. He's looking good. Oh, he's about to get his shrine up too, because he just I can see it walking over there. Oh, hello. Where is that invasion? Well, that's war number 2. De Gaulle goes right into another war. This could be an opportunity for Boudica to expand. Where is her main stack? Or it could just be an opportunity for both of them to toss units at each other, because neither side has construction. I guess this is her main stack. I mean, Boudica's units always have 10,000 promotions, just because, you know, she's Boudica, and that's what her traits do. Oh yeah, the worth of the shrine? Not a lot yet, just 6. But the religion should start spreading further now that I expect it'll start spreading further now that he's got the shrine. All right, now the libraries are finally being completed to push back some of these borders. Look at this poor city. Awful lot of units in here. He's still plotting war, right? Yep. Anyway, I don't see Boudica's, at least her initial attack, doing much. Just kind of throwing it units at a city on a hill. So this game still feels very much up in the air. That's a nice wonder for him. Yeah, this game's still very much up in the air. Now there's two Barb cities down here. De Gaulle just converted to Temujin's religion, Genghis Khan. Okay. Yeah, I don't really know quite where this game's going. This is very much just who the heck knows at this point. It's going to be about who can conquer better, like who can pick up cities in conquest. Kublai Khan has had a terribly rough early game, but he did claim enough land that if he can stay at peace, he can get back in this, maybe. Cyrus on calendar, that would be nice. Cyrus just needs to get more. If Cyrus can get more land, he can be a real competitor, but he needs to not get attacked by Temujin. He's actually the leader in GNP now after that crazy early game, but not good in production. Toku is the leader in production. Food, he's the leader in food, except I guess Churchill. Look at that early lead. That's because he had the early happiness. Something happened here to De Gaulle. I don't know what that was. Power. Ooh, Boudica had an unsuccessful attack. And then we've got the leaders in power and culture. Toku is the culture leader. Okay. Boudica's religious situation is. Oh, yeah, Boudica's religious situation is terrible. That's a fair point. Her religious situation's bad. No one else is practicing her religion. Let's see if there's any worst enemies. So she's the worst enemy of De Gaulle, worst enemy of Genghis Khan, worst enemy of Boudica and Churchill. Okay. Still not too many annoyed faces just yet. I don't suppose Genghis Khan could be going after Churchill. Oh, never mind. I think we found his stack. I think he's attacking De Gaulle as well. That looks like so. The target was De Gaulle. Well, that's probably not good for France. Probably not a good sign. Amusingly, the attack comes in right after De Gaulle just switched to his religion on the previous turn. Whoops. I mean, De Gaulle's territory is just a strategic nightmare. I don't know how you'd ever defend this. So, oopsie. Too bad the city is just auto-raised. So it doesn't immediately get anything. These workers are totally screwed, though. There's no way they can even retreat. Wait, well, they're on the roads. One, two. Actually, no, never mind. They're on roads, so they could run back on the roads. Poor workers. Yeah, they looks like they skedaddled out of there. So I think De Gaulle is now the favorite to be first to die at war with two other people. I mean, he's got a decent stack here, but like he's not as strong as some of these others. So let's check into with like the people who are not at war. Toku is plotting war. Oh, Toku could come jump back into this war too, because he also hates Kublai, not plotting war. Boudica is already in a war. What am I talking about? Cyrus, also plotting war. All right. Who's Cyrus going after? Does Cyrus plot war? Does Cyrus declare war at pleased? I can't remember. I'm sure someone in chat can tell me. Yeah, Toku has catapults. Oh, hello. That's wow. Okay, that really throws the game in a totally different direction. I thought Toku was going to pile on De Gaulle and then he'd just be out of the game, but now this is something different entirely. Now we have two of the strongest leaders in the game fighting each other. Wow, Toku off the top rope. And he's going to take this city for sure. But this is probably not a good move for Toku long term because you don't really want to get involved in a fight with Genghis Khan. What if Cyrus joins in? I mean, that's my pick is Cyrus joins in and they partition. I said that earlier. There's the great generals being born. So far, Temujin has not gotten anything out of this conflict yet because he just auto-raised a city and now his stack is like way over here. Okay. I mean, this is really good for everyone not in the field because this was looking like Genghis Khan just rolls over De Gaulle and then becomes maybe unstoppable. Instead, now De Gaulle is wandering around over here. I don't know where that's going. Wow, Toku actually asking for open borders. Amazing. This holy city's not that well defended. I mean, it's not on a hill. It does have 60% cultural defenses, but that's a lot of units. Like, if Boudica doesn't slam more units in there for defense, well, the AI doing the typical AI thing where they just wander around instead of going straight for a target. This game got kind of nutty, which we knew it would be a nutty game, but yeah, Toku having construction means he can actually siege down some of these cities. All right, Cyrus, who are you going to go after? I would think his target is probably Genghis Khan as well, just because there's so much border tension between them. But I guess we'll see. Better yet for Cyrus would probably be to just tech up in peace for a little bit and then hit a target when they're exhausted from warring. All right, anyway, so here's the big stack. Is this enough? I'm going to say probably no. Probably not, but like if he gets some good dice rolls, like let's say that the axes win it. Let's say two axes win at 20% odds. That city could fall. It's not impossible. Let's see. Okay. So didn't happen, but as I said, it could with a little bit better luck. Yeah. So comes up short. De Gaulle loses his stack. Not a huge surprise. Oh, here's Boudica's stack. Okay. Don't look now. Boudica's been kind of trolling the early game, but De Gaulle just threw away his army, and she's got a lot of units. If those peach borders absorb, absorb De Gaulle's territory, we could be looking at a Celtic runaway, especially if all these others just fight each other. Is Churchill snowballing with fast teching? I mean, he is the research leader, 97 beakers per turn, but he doesn't have that much territory. I wouldn't say he's running away with things. This city is still just hanging out up here, untargeted by anyone. So here's the big Mongol stack up against the Japanese stack. They're assuredly clashing with one another. I don't know who won that. Oh, I guess they didn't actually fight each other yet. But you know who is in good position? Boudica. Although she doesn't have catapults, and this city is on a hill with walls. This is a pretty good border city. Let's see what happens here. Oh, a lot of slaughter on both sides. Oh man, she lost a lot of units. She still might break through though. Look at all these great generals being born. And over here, the two big stacks still haven't attacked each other yet. So many promotions on on these units. A lot of aggressive and protective leaders in this game, so promotions all around for everybody. Churchill has somewhat shockingly taken the score lead right now, though. So he's not plotting war, but he could get involved. Kublai not plotting war. Cyrus was, but yeah, apparently he's still plotting war. We'll see. Judging by the fact that his stack is in Gordium, he's probably targeting Genghis Khan. Probably. But has not actually entered the fighting yet. So it looks like Boudica paused to heal her stack. She, I mean, there's been a lot of fighting here. Look at these losses for De Gaulle and then the loss for Boudica. Churchill is now quietly not last in power after all those losses. Who can Cyrus declare on? Let's see. So he's pleased with Boudica, pleased with De Gaulle, pleased with Genghis Khan. Does he not declare war at pleased? I can't remember that. Cyrus can't. Oh, Cyrus can't attack. He doesn't declare war at pleased. Okay. Well, he's +5, so he's not likely to start anything there sometime soon. No, he doesn't declare. Okay, well, that's a bit of a issue for him then. If he can't declare war at pleased. I thought he could. All right, so Boudica was able to force her way in there with very heavy losses, but did capture the target. And meanwhile, over here, Havd is not really. Right, so here's the Temujin stack. He does not have construction yet, does he? I don't think he's picked that up yet. No, he's researching calendar, not construction. Okay. So he would have to punch through the walls of any city he was trying to attack. Yeah, so I don't know where these Cyrus units are going. If they can't, if he can't attack Boudica and he can't attack um, Genghis Khan, I guess he could technically attack Tokugawa. That would be kind of weird, but I guess he could. Well, he's going somewhere. Is he going for Kublai Khan? He could be going for Kublai Khan. That would be an odd target, but he could be. Huh, well, that's kind of a strange decision if that's the target. I guess this city's not very well defended. I guess that's the target. Okay. Now de Gaulle has gone Christianity as well. I'm assuming this is the war declaration. Oh. No, it's the target is not Kublai. He's walking through Kublai's territory. But we saw Japan take a city. Genghis Khan first to die, still alive? Feels very strong to be first to die. But Toku's looking pretty strong now. I guess de Gaulle is probably still the most likely candidate to be first to die. That said, there's a monster. Oh, never mind. Now he moved in. Okay. Cyrus is going for Kublai. Oh, I got tricked by the borders here. I thought the tile in between those two peaks was in Mongol territory. It's not. He didn't have to declare war. Okay. All right, let's tick up the war counter. I went with 16. I think that might be too low. This game is looking very bloody. I mean, this city's doomed, but the question is how much more can be captured after that. Cyrus would end up with an absolutely bizarrely shaped empire if he was able to capture more of these cities. Even if he just gets the one, oh wait, I was gonna say that city got reinforced. He's still gonna be able to capture it, but he was able to. Even just this one city is a nice pickup though, because like it opens up the opportunity to drop another city like there and connect together. And this is a pretty good city. Barb city captured, and a Mongolian city captured too. What the heck? So they traded these two cities. Better refresh the map. Yeah, they traded these two cities. It looks like Hobbs is going to be recaptured, and then I don't know if this Sakai gets captured. I'll keep the camera down here because this is where the action is apparently taking place. Yep, recaptured back by the Mongols. Although I think this city will then recapture that. Very, very heavy fighting going on over here. Nice wonder pickup for Toku though, getting the mausoleum. Meanwhile, is Boudica pushing forward? No, her war seems to have stalled out for the. I was gonna say seems to have stalled out, but there's another force over here. So this Japanese stack is healing, and then presumably it's going to attack, but the Mongol stack is also healing, so we'll see who actually attacks first over here. The catapult should give the Japanese the edge, but I think a lot just depends on who attacks whom. That's a lot of highly promoted Mongol units right there. A lot of units on the border. Now, does Cyrus research construction? I thought he did. Yeah, he does have construction because he has war elephants. He really needs to toss down a city to connect his territory together, but the AI usually doesn't build settlers while they're at war, so who knows if that'll happen. I don't really see him making a lot more gains after this, although maybe if he brings over war elephants. I think that one city's probably all he's likely to get, though. Meanwhile, Churchill's like, do, just teching away over here. Gonna take this Barb City and then apparently have it recaptured. Well, he'll get that soon enough. Okay, so Toku and uh, Genghis Khan clashed, and Toku was the loser in that battle of the two stacks. Toku was definitely came off worse for wear because I see a lot of Mongol units still alive, and I don't see the Japanese stack standing anywhere. So it looks like this clash went better for the Mongols, who still do not have construction yet. Sure, we can take a look at the power chart just to see. Oof, so Toku, heavy losses. De Gaulle kind of stabilized, although Boudica has rebuilt her power. Cyrus is actually top power for the moment. Yeah, a lot of fighting. Look at this chart. A lot of fighting. I just keep looking for Boudica to have like a big stack, and I'm not seeing it. If she had one, I'm missing it at the moment. This city is very poorly defended. This could get taken back by De Gaulle. How about the old Cyrus stack? Well, it kind of wandered into enemy territory, and it looks like it got mauled pretty good. Just units kind of wandering around. Needs to put a new stack together. I mean, look at all these units coming over, just kind of in random locations. Yep, so De Gaulle takes back that city. It's just a smorgasbord of fighting right now. Churchill, don't pay any attention to me. I'm just going to tech over here. Thank you very much. I've got feudalism now. Did I mention I have feudalism now for longbows? Look at my capital. Or actually, don't look at my capital. I got 20 happiness in my capital city. Anyway, so Churchill maybe doing the smart thing by not getting involved in any of this fighting. Like, he doesn't have much territory, but he definitely has the best econ. All right, on the Japanese versus um, Green Mongol front, these two, whoever attacks is going to lose because they're both in forests here. Well, apparently that was Tokugawa. Looks like he threw his units into a stack on a forest. That was not a good decision. Oh, never mind. Boudica was apparently attacking this spot over here and just like punched a hole into French territory. So like they just traded cities back there. Boudica, does she have construction? Yes, she's building catapults, so yes. Nobody expects the Churchill spaceship victory. Yeah, seriously. Cyrus is kind of the score leader right now. So I guess he's doing well at something. Again, he should probably just sign peace and get out of this war because it's not a very successful one right now. I mean, he took the one city, but like I don't see him making further progress. Churchill finally got that Barb city he's been chasing after literally the whole game. All right, down here, so Temujin's got a nice stack, but he doesn't have catapults in this stack, so I suspect they're just going to attack Osaka and all die. Let's see if that's what happens. At the moment, the wars are pretty evenly balanced. I think the one that's making the most... Wow, yeah, okay. That went very poorly for the Mongols. They just threw away a humongous stack. Yikes. I think the war that's going the best is Boudica's war. She seems to be making slow progress. I think that's also because De Gaulle is the weakest leader. Only 6 cities remaining, although one of them is a little size 1 runt. I think her war is going the best right now. She's the one who's most likely to take over the person she's fighting, and her empire would be like actually make logical sense if she absorbed these cities in the way that like some of these would not. But Japan and the Green Mongols are very evenly matched, which is why I don't think you're seeing a lot of difference there. Cyrus, maybe if he can get his elephants over here, his elephants would counter the Kashyyyks that are being spammed out by Kublai Khan. But he also would need catapults. He's not making any progress without that. The stack does not have any catapults in it, so probably just throw itself at this city and die. if you're curious about where the power stands right now, yeah, Kublai Khan is actually second in power right now. See, de Gaulle is just noticeably weaker than the others, so I think Boudica's campaign is the one that's making the most success. She was kind of stagnant for a little while, but now that she has catapults, she's making more progress. I would expect the Japanese to punch back now that the Mongols lost a big stack over here. I think they did, right? Not as big as I thought. Maybe they just replenished what they lost. But yeah, it's just chaos right now. So much fighting. Churchill could really make a decisive intervention in these wars if he wanted to. Like if he came, but then again, all of his neighbors are now Christian, so he probably won't go after them. Anyway, up here, this city looked like it might be targeted by de Gaulle. He's got a little stack here. Never mind. Oh wait, yeah, here they are. That's probably not punching through though. Not against archers in a city on a hill. Nope, and de Gaulle can't afford to really lose units like that. All right, here's the Japanese counterattack. Ooh, this could be bad for Persia, a city that, a religion that no one else is practicing. This could be the kiss of death. Is this the theology religion or the code of laws religion? Looks like it's code of laws. That could be trouble for Cyrus because he is not going to be friends with these other people if he keeps running that religion. Did get longbows though, so they'll easily push back that little probe from Kublai. Still feels like there should be another city here. I don't know. Just feels like there should be a city there. Right, Eugene of Savoy has died in combat. Let's see if so. Toku has catapults here. He should be attacking this city pretty soon because he's got the defenses down with his catapults. Yeah, down to 2%. So I suspect the attack comes in this upcoming turn. And the Mongols are still apparently putting a new stack together. I guess they've got some Kashyyyks running around down there. Here's this random Cyrus attack. Just feels like he's not going to make any progress there. Cyrus should probably just sign peace, honestly. Get out of this war. That would be the best move he could make. Where was the attack? Here. Sakai. Well, I don't know if that attack was made or if he pulled back to consolidate the stack. Looks like he pulled back to consolidate in a larger stack. I was like, if so, none of the defenders were killed. There's a lot of units here. A lot of units. I guess they chose not to attack. Yeah, this force is just kind of hanging around. Meanwhile, Boudica should be on the march somewhere. Yep. She's getting ready to siege up this city. Just slowly killing de Gaulle. I mean, look how much weaker de Gaulle is than anyone else in the game. That's the reason why she's having the most success. She's just hitting the weakest target. Cyrus actually has a pretty large force over here, but I mean, Kublai's got a large force too. I don't know why this stack is still sitting here. Oh, it got attacked by Genghis attacked this, and then now it's healing. And now it's moving down here. Okay, who knows? I don't know what these two are doing. Maybe we won't have a ton of wars in this game because the wars that started will just go on forever. Churchill still just doing his thing. He's up to 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 cities now. Is he starting to become the favorite in this game? Because his tech is like he's just not plowing a gazillion hammers into killing things, and he's just teching away. I don't know. Maybe this guy is maybe he's got the right idea. It's just like, hey, you guys fight. I'm just gonna sit here and tech, okay? Thanks. You guys have fun with that. Somehow this Cyrus stack is still alive. And I've been waiting for Toku to... Alright, Toku has a very large stack here. Meanwhile, Boudica is still working on this city. I really think Boudica and Churchill are the ones who are doing the best in this round of wars. The others are just kind of spinning in circles, not gaining anything. Did these guys just peace out down here? No one attacking the highest peace weight? I mean, I guess. It is a little unlikely. Alright. Kind of bad for Toku, because he was about 2 turns away from killing this city. Like, he should have killed the city and then made peace. But obviously, that would require the kind of strategic understanding that a human has, and the AI doesn't. Looks like a Cyrus stack got shredded over here. So he'll have to limp back and try again. Let's look at the diplomacy to see how Toku and Genghis feel about the others. So Tokugawa likes Kublai Khan, likes De Gaulle, cautious with everyone else. Genghis is pleased with Cyrus, pleased with Kublai, pleased with Boudica, hates Churchill, hates De Gaulle, hates Tokugawa. Interesting that he's not even furious at -11. That's kind of amusing. The only friendly in the game is Cyrus is friendly with Genghis Khan, but Genghis Khan is not friendly back to him, for what that's worth. So the most significant thing that's going on, I really think it's Boudica is just slowly killing De Gaulle. I mean, if she takes all of De Gaulle's city, she's going to be really strong by the time this is over. Take that next turn. And then Churchill, well, he auto-raised that city, but like he's getting to be pretty strong. And his territory is comparable to everybody else's, but he's just got the tech edge. I don't know how this city is still alive. It's like 80 units around it, and there's 1 unit inside. All right, so Cyrus is going forth with another... Wait, where's Zapotec? Who just founded that? That's a former Barb city. Oh, now Tokugawa's got a self-founded religion too. Okay. I wonder if he switches to that. Everybody just runs their own religion. That's the way to go. No, Genghis signed peace with these two signed peace with each other for the moment. I wouldn't be surprised if he's already plotting again. Yeah, he's already plotting with somebody. This, I mean, it could be Cyrus, I guess, because of the border tension. But it feels more likely. It's more likely to be like De Gaulle or somebody, or It could even be Churchill. That's a possibility too. I guess we'll see what he chooses to do. Wait, he's at war with De Gaulle? Oh, he's still at war with... Oh, that's right. He was at war with De Gaulle the whole time? Oh yeah, he was at war with De Gaulle the whole time. Never mind. You guys are like, he was always at war with De Gaulle the entire time. It's like, okay. He's like, he never actually signed peace with De Gaulle. Okay, well, I have a feeling there's some. I have a feeling De Gaulle is probably going to be first to die then, because there's going to be some green horses riding his way in the near future. This terrain over here is really rough. If Cyrus could actually capture this city, that would be kind of a big breakthrough, but I just don't... It feels like there's just such a long walk between these two cities. Now another... Okay, that religion's irrelevant because Churchill already has founded a religion. He's not going to run another minority religion. So Churchill made, or Cyrus made the mistake. He attacked this stack while it was in the jungle, and so all the units... Oh, wow. Okay, I didn't see that coming. Cyrus attacked that stack while it was in the jungle, so all his units lost. All right. Going after Churchill. All those of you who have him first to die, maybe this is your chance. That's war number 6. All right, let's see if he can do this. Let's look and see the power. I mean, Churchill's not a weakling in terms of power by any means. Yeah, that was the big stack getting erased. Although it looks like Kublai lost a lot of units too, so maybe it wasn't as big of a disaster as I thought for him. Yeah, those two are just both too strong to make any progress against one another. All right, here comes the Japanese brigade. That's a lot of units. A lot of units. I think Coventry is going to fall. Whether there's more progress beyond that remains to be seen, but I think that city at least gets captured. How's old de Gaulle doing, by the way? Oh, that's on its way. Yeah, that's not good. And there's a stack here. Yeah, so de Gaulle is going to be first to die. Boudica is going to be strong after she finishes absorbing France. No question about that. All right, so Coventry. Ooh, excuse me. Ooh, excuse me. Coventry just lost all its defenses, so I suspect this city is toast next turn. Here comes the horse. Here comes all the Mongol units. This war seems to be continues to seem to be in a stalemate. Cyrus, put a city down here. I don't think he'll train a settler as long as he's in a war. He is building Colossus though. Colossus plus Great Lighthouse combo. Interesting. Anyway, let's go back to see if Coventry gets captured this turn. We shall fight them in the hills. We shall fight them on the landing sites. Well, apparently we're not going to fight them in what city was this? Coventry. A lot of wonders getting completed this turn. Wow. Okay. Multiple wonders. So many notifications. I was like just waiting for this to pop up. That was amusing. Anyway, so this is the one thing Churchill didn't want to get sucked into a war. Um, so for the moment, everyone in the game is involved in a war. So there's no new war declarations that can pop up until at least one of these wars is concluded. I mean, this city is very dead. Although this city also is very much a potential flip risk. I guess not, never mind. There's no culture here. So. And Boudica is continuing her march. Oh, what the? Oh, that city got recaptured back. Interesting that Toku. Oh, and then it was recaptured back again. Switched hands twice on the last turn. That makes sense because Churchill moved first, killed the defenders, and then Toku moved afterwards. Cyrus continuing to move forward. It's just this territory is too rough. Neither side can break through. The sooner they realize that, the better. But I don't. They're AIs, so they can't realize that. The one thing that would break that stalemate is Cyrus's research is a lot better than Kublai Khan's. Anyway, so we're 150 turns into the game. De Gaulle is collapsing. Does not seem likely to last too much longer. And then we'll be down to 6 AIs. Yeah, Boudica, she really trolled the early game, but things have worked out well. It's largely just her opponent is the weakest opponent in the game, just due to the way that the diplomacy kind of fell out. But like, she's gonna have a lot of territory when this is over. Like, there'll be room for more cities on the north coast if she wants them. Uh, she has to. The main thing is how quickly can she do the conquest, because a lot it will depend on whether how many cities she gets as opposed to how many cities Genghis is able to take. I'm just going to do a quick comparison of research rates. So Kublai's at 70 beakers per turn. Cyrus 192. That's pretty good. Boudica 102. Churchill 163. De Gaulle 48. Okay, well he's dying. Genghis Khan 94 and Tokugawa 77. Okay, so Cyrus is the current research leader by a pretty good margin. Churchill was keeping pace, but then he got attacked. So he's going to have to fight desperately now. So the one thing that could potentially break this stalemate between Cyrus and Kublai is Kublai's research is not very good. So if Cyrus gets to like the next generation of tech, that could swing things. All right, let's look at where they are on the tech tree. So here's Kublai. He's like early. Wow, his tech is pretty terrible. He's early classical. Like he has math, calendar, currency, and that's it. That's not especially good. Cyrus has significantly more tech. Like he already has maces, and he's about to unlock pikes, which will be pretty good units against the spam of Kashyyyks that Kublai Khan's running. But like the next big jump would be getting up to knights. So Boudica is a little bit behind. She's like most of the classical era finished, early medieval. Churchill, all right, Churchill's research is better. Oh, he's gonna have guilds. Okay, that might be enough to push. Ironically, he has guilds because he actually just wants banking. His tech flavors are encouraging him to get banking, but he'll pick up guilds on the way. That might help a lot against Toku. De Gaulle is early classical and dying. Genghis Khan is about the same as Boudica, slowly researching civil service. And Toku doing a little bit better, also on civil service. Okay, interesting. Yeah, Great Lighthouse plus Colossus is pretty useful. He does have, what, 4 coastal cities? I think the biggest thing was just getting all that happiness early. Look at these trade routes. Oh, six commerce trade route with London. That's a lot. All right. So what else is going on? Well, De Gaulle's still slowly dying. It's been a long, slow death, but it is still happening. And we've got the ongoing clash between Cyrus and Kublai, which doesn't seem to be making much progress. This stack is 1 unit that gets defensive bonuses, and all the rest do not. Just see how that resolves. Well, it looks like Cyrus won that little trade there because his units, he has like at least a couple maces and 4 elephants. Here comes the Genghis units streaming into their next target. How about Tokugawa? All right, so he finished up there. He is moving on his next city. We'll see. I don't know if he's going to be able to break longbows in a city on a hill, though. That looks like a tough obstacle. Oh, wait, this is not on a hill, but still. Then again, this city is mostly catapults. And the AI doesn't always do a good job of this, but the attackers are in defensive cover on the forest. So, like, if the city attacks out, I don't know. I don't think this is enough. I think he needs more actual attackers, but we'll see. Perhaps he'll have enough to break through. Maybe there'll be another stack of swords that comes up. Then again, those are a bunch of protective longbows, so I don't know. I don't think that attack's going very far. Meanwhile, Boudica walking over here to Cherokee. Temujin just steamrolling forward. So ongoing sieges up there. Cyrus now somehow has units down here. I guess they went for cover to heal in neutral territory because you heal faster in neutral territory. We should check in on the graphs just real quick. So GMP, Cyrus, Churchill, clearly winners. Kublai's economy stinks. De Gaulle is even worse, but De Gaulle has like no cities left. Production, everybody's pretty close except De Gaulle. Food, these 3 are all close. Cyrus and Churchill and Genghis. De Gaulle dying. Power. Okay. Well, we know who likes to build units, right? Genghis Khan sure likes to build units. Everybody else is pretty close, except De Gaulle. And there was a culture bomb detonated somewhere. Let's see where it was. It was in Newcastle. It was in this city here. Keeping an eye on Newcastle to see if... Yeah, that attack did not work. Whoops. Maybe should have waited for these horse archers to join you. So this was taken by Boudica and then recaptured. Oh, that was... Huh. That was one of the cities that she just had a little bit earlier. So that could, because of that capture, that could mean that Genghis Khan gets more of the spoils up here, potentially. Just because that city now will have to be recaptured by the Celts and slow them down on their next target. Yeah, I don't think Japan's going to get much more than this first city. I think the English are too strong defensively. Protective plus longbows. He needs probably knights to crack that, and he doesn't have knights and won't have them for a little while. I don't see that happening without better units. This is a pretty nice stack from Cyrus. That actually might be able to do something because he's got maces and a pike and a couple crossbows. Maybe. City Reader 3 mace in there too. But more significant, it's probably up here. Because like this Orleans is down to just a few defense. Yeah, that city's about to fall. 12 Kashyyyks. Churchill is the score leader for the moment. I expect 2 cities to fall on this turn, and De Gaulle to go down to lose both of these 2 cities. Oops, I didn't mean to center the camera. Let's see. There's 1, there's 2. De Gaulle, the nightmare continues. You would think that Cyrus and or Kublai would have signed peace at some point here. Cyrus on guilds, that's kind of noteworthy. Waiting for the announcements. Yeah, double city capture. We'll see who gets the kill credit here too. That's important for fantasy points, and we all know the only really important thing is fantasy points. So Temujin definitely will not be first to die. That was a prediction that's not going to work out. So here's a question. Can Tokugawa hold this city? I don't know if he can. Churchill kind of fighting back here. I mean, this is not very well defended. As I said, this stack's pretty decent. Unfortunately, it, for some reason, decided to move on this tile instead of just moving here, and like staying on defensive cover. So took some losses against these Kashyyyks. Could have just stayed on defensive terrain. But just having like 2 pikes in the stack makes a huge difference because they can kill those attacking units so much more easily. And like now the units can heal up. All right, so Toku, his initial city capture, not holding, kind of backfired here. Now Toku could be in some danger. This game just again continues to feel really, really open. I don't have a good sense for who's going to emerge out of this, except it's not going to be De Gaulle. It won't be De Gaulle. Other than that, I don't really know. Because like there's a lot of competitors that are pretty close here. And like we know Boudica is going to be stronger when this war's over because she's going to have a lot more territory. I still don't know where this Cyrus stack is going. Cyrus just unlocked knights. And we know that Churchill unlocked knights too. You can see the English knights. Cyrus completes another wonder that gives happiness. Now he's building his unique building apothecary. He's got 27 happiness in this city, so he can grow it as large as he wants. Guess he's already working all those tiles. This city is not to size 9. The AI grows so fast on deity, it's ridiculous. It cheats so much on this difficulty. Anyway. Probably not going to be Kublai. Yeah, Kublai probably also not going to win. He's taking a lot of damage in this war. All right, so we could see a double city capture again here, which would mean Genghis would get the last hit. Because I think Boudica might go first, capture this city, and then Temujin attacks and captures this city. Let's see. Nope, Boudica waited one more turn. She said, "No, I want the kill credit." And honestly, she probably deserves it more because she was been at war with this guy for longer. But the Mongols pick up a couple cities up here. That's going to draw them to the western side of the map and potentially into conflict with some of the other leaders. Because remember, Genghis running Hinduism, the whole western side of the map running Christianity. Like this brings him into much closer contact with Kublai Khan and Churchill. So, all right, this should be it then. GG to De Gaulle, who continues to be a terrible leader in this competition. Had the one good game in season 3 and has done literally nothing otherwise. All right. De Gaulle off the map. Let's get this down for the spreadsheet first. All right. You guys see that? Okay, so De Gaulle should have just known when in doubt, pick De Gaulle first to die. When in doubt, pick De Gaulle. All right, turn 166. Game 6, turn 166. I mean, I really do feel like it's just kind of a crapshoot who gets the like how this game is going to go. I feel this is a very unpredictable game. All right, Genghis Khan gets 1 point there. In game 6, first eliminated is De Gaulle. Let's see how popular he was as a pick. I see some people had him, but I don't think that was too popular of a pick. Yeah, reasonably popular. 240. Wait, 48 people had De Gaulle as first to die. Is that right? That's a lot of people. That's like a 20% of the contest. Yeah, no, that's right. That's a lot of people. So a lot of people did have him first to die, more than I expected. And in terms of the fantasy contest, that's 2 points for Oops. I'm sure he'll be happy with that, getting 2 points just on the first to die. And then that's 1 point for Genghis Khan, who is in line for potentially a bigger score in this match. All right. Back to the Civ4 we go. I gave you the credit to the... Oh, Boudica, not Genghis Khan. Thanks for clarifying. The chat correctly pointing out that I put that in the wrong spot. Okay. It was Boudica. And that's why it's great to have the chat keeping me honest. Okay, so Oops gets both points. The first to die and the kill credit. Nice. Okay. Thank you for keeping me honest. People are saying I still did that wrong. I thought I fixed it. I thought I fixed that. Oh, you guys are saying I got it wrong on this scoreboard. Gotcha. Okay. Gotcha. I put it wrong in 2 places. Okay, now it should be fixed. Hopefully. Okay. Because it was Boudica, not Genghis Khan. All right, now we're good. My apologies. Sorry about that. All right, so Boudica picked up how many cities? Let's see. How many did she get? So she had this one from earlier. So she picked up 1, 2. She picked up 4 cities. And Genghis Khan picked up 3, although I think her cities are more useful because they line up more naturally with her borders. Genghis Khan did get an academy in that capital. All right, Churchill civil service. Yeah, this war is, knights are just such strong units. Maybe the war now turns around and heads back into Japanese territory. Toku gets his shrine, which is kind of the next city. Oh, wait, no. Oh, that's his minority religion. Well, we'll see if he flips into that one. I will say Boudica, the fact that no one is running her religion is a bit of an issue for her. Let's just look and see how people feel about each other. So Cyrus is friendly with Genghis Khan. Genghis Khan is not friendly with him. um, who is not in a war right now? Boudica. She doesn't declare it pleased, so she wouldn't declare on Genghis Khan or Kublai Khan, but she could attack any of the others. Churchill's in a war. This guy can attack anyone, although he's more likely to attack Churchill or... he's got to be thinking Tokugawa is his target because he hates Tokugawa and he has massive border conflict with Tokugawa. So that is where I suspect he will be pointed next, but this could be the end for Tokugawa, which would mean my picks are not going to do very well today. But we shall see. He has not started that war yet. It's just a possibility. Is he already plotting war? No, not yet. How much is Genghis's shrine worth by now? 14. He has not been too diligent in spreading his religion. Not yet. Cyrus still has units randomly. Oh, he has a stack randomly over here, attacking this target. Okay. I was like, what? What's going on? And then like more pikes walking over to that spot. There's also a Kublai attack here, but just, again, the tech edge is starting to show in this matchup. Cyrus just having better units, because Kubla's research is weaker. I mean, he'll catch up to the medieval units, but it's not too far off from Cyrus hitting the gunpowder units. Also, checking in down here. Okay, this is the new siege. The Japanese attack on Churchill maybe not looking so good right now. I mean, it'll take a little while for that city to get sieged down, but as I said, not looking great. Okay, enough request spam. Could this city actually fall? Yeah, it's just defended by catapults, 2 axes, and a sword. Yeah, these maces will clean up against the sword, and those city raider promotions are useless against when defending. This could actually fall, unless it gets I mean, it might get reinforced. We'll see. But especially with like if this reinforces, like add in these 2 trebuchets, and that city could 100% fall. It's not the one you would expect to fall because it's deep in Mongol territory, but I want to keep an eye on that. The vile English. Is he thinking about attacking the English? Is he back to plotting again? Nope, not yet. Looks like Toku broke this siege because you can see there's a lot of injured units. Either that or, yeah, Toku was able to break the siege. So Boudica is the other one who could be interested, and she is plotting war already. Wow, that was fast. I mean, I guess it's Boudica. She could declare war on anyone except the 2 Khans. Now, if she goes after Cyrus, which she absolutely could, they have a lot of border tension. That would pretty much end Cyrus's game, I think. Oh, this city has 1 unit left. So Cyrus gets a little mini breakthrough by taking a city. Oh, he's early military tradition. Early military tradition. Well, I wonder. That's just such a random city to capture. And, well, I said she might be, and she is. So Cyrus needs to sign peace with Kublai and focus on Boudica. I think he could win the 1v1, but I definitely don't think he wins a 2v1. Probably would have been, like, I think, let's look at their power rating. I think Cyrus is stronger than Boudica in a straight up fight, but she's got a lot of units, and his military is like way over here. So this could be a really well timed attack from her. Where's her main stack? Maybe she got bought into the war, actually. She doesn't appear to have a stack right on the border. What are the odds Genghis joins? Probably not too good because he's on very good terms with Cyrus, but always a possibility. They're almost friendly. Like he's actually +7, and he hates well, he's annoyed towards Boudica. -9 with Boudica, +7 with Cyrus. And there's a lot of border tension. And there it is. Well, that didn't take very long. So we've got a new 2v2. It's like, well, that didn't take very long. Up to 8 wars. All right. This should get the 2 of these to friendly together from mutual military struggle. World at war, absolutely. Everyone's fighting somebody. Now Japan is back sieging Coventry again. Just so hard to crack those city garrison 3 longbows. All right. So this will be interesting to see what happens. This is because there's I mean, you can see who's building units, right? The Mongols like to build units. This could be good for Cyrus because now instead of throwing units way over here where they're kind of useless, maybe he'll start sending stacks against targets he can actually capture. All right, here's the main Mongol stack, 55 units. Oh my god. We might see Genghis Khan just get totally out of control here. Like, he might just get totally out of control in this game if he starts running over Celtic cities left and right. Where's Boudica's main force? Oh, here it is. Here it is. 15. There's about 26 units here. Somewhere, but something like 25 to 30 units. Oh, Churchill, why? Why did he give away that city? He was kind of winning that war. Oh well. Now he's back to peace again while the rest of the world's fighting. Toku also free to hop back into a war. Toku feels like he is friendly with Kublai and he hates everyone else. So all right, so now all right, and Kublai. Oh, so that's good news for Kublai. Good news for Cyrus. Bad news for Boudica. Oh, that city was given back in the peace treaty. Okay, so that was kind of pointless. But Cyrus gets out of a war that was not helping him, and now Boudica's in a 1v2. Well, that turned around fast, didn't it? That turned around really fast for poor Boudica. The root of the problem is she's running a religion no one else follows. That's really her issue. So poor Booty, she's in bad shape. We haven't like quite seen where the big attack stacks are forming yet, but it's only a matter of time because green Mongols have so many units. Sooner or later, yep, there it is. That stack has 63 units in it. Okay, that's going to be a problem. Whereas Boudica's main stack has, I don't know, 25 units in it, something like that. She's moving. She'll probably capture a city. Well, then again, maybe not. Cyrus has 125% defense here. He's researching military tradition. I don't think he has gunpowder yet, but he can't be too far off. So, like, military tradition does nothing unless he gets gunpowder. We'll see if he's smart enough to realize he needs to grab gunpowder. Cuirassiers would absolutely slaughter medieval units. Genghis Khan is so far behind in tech, he doesn't even have knights yet, much less cuirassiers. But, you know, there's an awful lot of these units, and that is often enough on its own. I don't know where this stack is wandering to. I guess we'll find out. Going for the capital, going for the decapitation strike at the capital. So, imagine the playoff picture if we get Genghis first, Churchill second. I mean, it's in play. Although I honestly think Cyrus and Genghis Khan are the most likely um, are in the best position because the two of them are very strong allies. And if Boudica collapses here, which seems very likely, they're both going to gain a lot of territory. And they would stick together because they're practicing the same religion and no one else is. But that's getting ahead of things. I don't think Churchill's in a bad position, but there's always going to be a pull for the other leaders to dislike him because of his peace weight. Also, where did that Mongol stack go? It was in Boudica's territory. Now I don't see where it is. I don't know. We'll see it sooner or later. Boudica is just like streaming random units in over here. Where are Cyrus's units? Just out of curiosity. I don't see where the Persian stacks are. Maybe they fought a battle and lost power. Nope, not yet. This is pretty nice for Temujin. Cyrus is absorbing all. Oh, here it is. Here's, well, a small stack. Cyrus is absorbing all of the attack units from Boudica. Oh, they're going for the capital. That's if you're going to go for the decapitation strike, that's the way to go. I mean, it's going to take a while to get the defenses down, but I don't think Cyrus wants to lose his capital. There's a lot of good stuff in here. Great Lighthouse, Hanging Gardens, Colossus. It's a lot of his teching power is in there. Where is that big Mongol stack? Oh, here it is. Here it is. This is the Doom stack here. And now it turned around again. Keeps wandering back to pick up more units, I assume. Cyrus has a little jailbreak here to contend with. How many units are here? 26? And that's a lot. And another 5, so about 30 units. That's a lot. Probably will lose this capital, but then we'll probably retake it later. Yeah, this is not enough units to hold that attack. So probably loses the capital and then recaptures it down the road, would be my guess. But we'll lose a lot of infrastructure. Genghis Khan's in the better position of the two. Oh wait, is Cyrus going for rifling? Is he just going straight rifling? Oh, no. Printing press, constitution, democracy. That's a bit of a shame for him. Because I saw the printing press. If he just went straight rifling, he would rip through Boudica. Ah, well, going for the more economic route. Unfortunately for him, he researched military tradition, but then didn't get gunpowder, so he didn't get any benefit from it at all. Yeah, we should check in on Tokugawa to see. He does not appear to be plotting war right now, and Churchill, similarly not. Happy to just sit back in tech for the time being. So it's just knights for the moment and not the superior cuirassiers. And I know that there's some pikes in this stack to defend it. Here's the Doom stack. It should start, appears to have finally collected itself together. Took out the defenses that turn. Cyrus has a much smaller stack, slowly chipping away at the walls here, if I can see, 88%. This is the era of castles, so it takes forever to capture anything because there's 100% defenses in every city. So the first Celtic city falls. And looky here, researching guilds. I guess we didn't refresh that earlier. How low is Persepolis getting? Yeah, I mean, there's units being crammed into this city. Maybe it holds. Is it on a hill? It is on a hill. That does make a difference. Never mind. Just decided to walk all the units out of this city. Or rather, a lot of them were killed. I mean, so like most of this stack died. Oh, that's significant. Churchill completed the Taj. So like most of this stack died, but it's still going to be enough to capture the city. Now, Churchill could you or Cyrus, if Cyrus were a human, he would have just shoved more longbows into this city and held. But since he's not a human, Boudica will attack and capture it. Oh wait, no, Cyrus is the seated leader. He moves first. Never mind. I was forgot that Cyrus was the seated leader, so he does move first. And now he did reinforce this, and he should kill these units before they heal, but he didn't actually do that. Still, Boudica lost a lot of units there. Churchill up military tradition. Well, the key tech for him is not military tradition, it's rifling. Military tradition doesn't do anything on its own. It's the rifling that unlocks the redcoats. Yeah, oof. It's a lot of losses there. That's kind of the core of the Celtic offensive army, if not the total army. One thing that does happen here, though, is every turn that the um, Celts stop to heal, there is more defense increasing. So like that's going up by a little bit each turn. Yep, I think this is going to end with Genghis Khan controlling most of what's now in Celtic hands and probably becoming unstoppable. Probably. We'll see. So this stack getting whittled away. Yeah, 48%, more units going in, and now it's dead. I actually thought that attack would succeed, but it did not. It came up short. And that's probably it for Boudica, because she just threw away her whole offensive army, and now she's in a 1v2 against opponents that are much stronger than her. So we'll see how many cities each side can get for themselves. Who gets what city will probably be pretty significant. Like over here, Kublay's chipping away at this city, but he only has one Treb attacking it. Is this on a hill? No, not on a hill. So it's kind of like Feeding Frenzy is on now. Look at that stack. 49 units and a heck of a lot of promotions in there. See if this stack goes for Camalodunum as well. This city would probably flip over to the Celts regardless because of culture. Let's see. So 2046. Yeah, this city will probably go to the Celts regardless, even if the Mongols capture it, but maybe not. Cyrus would still be well positioned just to take it for himself. Wait, what? Oh, Cyrus, why? I guess he got a city for himself, but he could have gotten so much more. Oh well. Oh well. He did get something out of this war, but it feels like Temujin will probably get more now. Was this enough to get the two of them to friendly, just out of curiosity? So still friendly there. Still only pleased towards Cyrus right now. I suppose one thing it can do for Cyrus is let him get up to rifles before he makes his next move. Still, feels like a missed opportunity to me. All right, Kublai is not plotting war. Boudica is in a war. Toku is probably the one we need to watch. Okay, Toku does have enough on our hands. So we won't declare on Kublai, but anyone else is basically a fair game. If I had to guess, let's look at the power situation. That might factor into who he's plotting with. If I had to guess, I'd say not the green Mongols. Oh yeah, is Churchill also beelining rifling? No, he's doing the same path Cyrus did, printing press into the top of the tree. Of course, now that Cyrus is actually on democracy, he is freed up to maybe, once he finishes this, to pick up either rifling or gunpowder. He needs gunpowder for rifles, for rifles and cabs too. Otherwise, that tech doesn't do anything. Where's Genghis Khan heading? Apparently over here, as far as I can tell. Oh, okay. Not who I thought he was targeting. That may have been a mistake. Certainly good news for Churchill and Cyrus that the like strongest leaders are fighting each other. All right, game war declaration number 9. Let's go. Toku side. Toku side. We'll see. I mean, Temujin does have to pull his attention in multiple directions. This is going to ensure that his teching is still very slow because like he's fighting so many wars. Only 28 units in this stack. All right, so Churchill was the golden age there. We'll check out everybody's research rates on turn 200, which we're about to hit. I can't remember. All right, so that city does get captured. Not a surprise. Kublai building a wonder. Wait, the city recaptured by the Celts? Okay. I lost 2 cities that turn. Huh. What a wild game. So much back and forth. And the big Temujin stack turned around and walked back into Camalodunum. I wanted to check to see if Genghis had nationalism. He does not, and he needs 2 techs to get there. So gunpowder just gives him muskets, does not give him cuirassiers, which would be a big pickup for him. Cyrus is still the tech leader in this game. All right, so it looked like Boudica was just going to be run over, but now that does not seem so certain because Temujin's attention is going to be divided. Kind of set up for Cyrus to get to rifles and then come back and hit Boudica. Although he doesn't. Let's see, he's only cautious with these leaders, not annoyed. All right, so there's this big Mongol stack still running around in circles, but has not quite taken as much as it looked like. Okay, well, a random smaller stack took that city. Poor Boudica, taking more damage here. By the way, the tech pace has been very slow in this game because Churchill's the only one who's like stayed out of wars, and he just doesn't have that much territory. Although I guess it's a respectable amount of territory. I mean, like, his capital's pretty amazing. Look at this city. Really quite nice. All right, so we're 200 turns in. Let's look at how everybody's researching, shall we? So Kublai Khan, 275. Cyrus, 365. Boudica, 126. Churchill, 5. Yeah, Churchill definitely researching the fastest. Notably faster than Cyrus. Genghis Khan, 245. Tokugawa, 243. Everybody's pretty close in that regard. As far as the graphs go, yeah, Churchill clearly opening up a GMP lead. Cyrus is not really that close, although he's the closest of anyone else. Production, Golden Age is recently ending. Food, Cyrus was the leader, but not so much anymore. Power, Temujin's still definitely the leader there. Culture, another culture bomb. All right, so that's our situation. This wacky game continues. This feels like it's going to be a long game. Does not feel like it's going to be over soon. I'm curious what Cyrus is going to choose to research after he gets done with democracy, and Churchill as well, where he decides to go. Kublai Khan finally getting the guilds now. No, we don't give out our world map to anyone. This city just like randomly off by itself now. I don't suppose Churchill's plotting war with anyone. Nope. Or Cyrus. All right, he's already back to plotting war again. So he can't declare war at pleased. So it's either Toku or Kublai or Boudica. It should be Boudica if he's smart. If he's not smart, he'll pick Tokugawa or Kublai. But like, there's so much border tension with Boudica. I would be surprised. And he's massing his army against Boudica too. Now, if he just picks up gunpowder tech so he can build cuirassiers.
It is entirely seemly for a young man killed in battle to lie mangled by the bronze spear. In his death, all things appear fair.
I think this city just revolted, I think. Meanwhile, the Japanese army is still pushing forward down here. Where's the big... Oh, here it is. Here's the big Mongol army pushing deeper into enemy territory. Bronze working hype. Yeah, seriously. What did Liz just text me? Next controversial text for your stream. What is your position on watermelon? Watermelon's not my favorite. Is it a fruit or vegetable? I can't remember. It's okay. I don't like it that much overall. I suspect people in chat will have different opinions. This would be nice for Cyrus if this city were to get captured, because it would probably flip to this city, which finally now has culture in it. Also, which is greater, strawberries, blueberries, or raspberries? Probably strawberries. I don't know if Liz is watching. I'll say strawberries. Strawberries out of those three. Okay. All right. So Cyrus went for education. That's better long term, but again, gunpowder is a very cheap tech. It's like a third less than education. He should. Oh, he's going for liberalism. Oh, okay. Going for liberalism. He'll probably liberalism astronomy would be my guess. He's going for the liberalism prize. Okay. We'll see if he can get there first. I don't know if Churchill might race him for that. Okay, this city was taken by the Celts and then recaptured by the Mongols again. It's kind of a bloodbath out there, as it has been this whole game. So this stack should capture this city, because this is like the Doom stack from Temujin. And then this city, which he like bypassed, is in the middle. Poor Temujin, or Boudica, is taking a lot of damage here, because she's having cities captured and then recaptured again. Oh, Churchill going emancipation. Churchill, no, going gunpowder. He is not racing for liberalism. He's going for gunpowder. How long until he picks up rifling? He'll be pretty safe once he gets rifling. Churchill is quietly opening up kind of a big score lead over the rest of the field. They'll need to capture more territory. All right, so Boudica signed peace with... Oh, his army's trapped. His army's going to be trapped then here. There's no way to get this arm. Oh, wait, no, there is a tile. Never mind. He can walk it out on this tile. I thought for a second it would get stuck. But no, there's a one-tile passageway to get through. Okay. Anyone building Statue of Liberty? Well, people have democracy tech, so I expect someone is building it. Yep, Churchill's building it. Now, why is this city unhappy? Oh, just not enough happiness? Huh. Yep, I figured Churchill, who's at peace, would be the most likely target there. All right, now this army will be able to return. So Boudica took some damage. Like, she's not in a good shape by any means, but she survived, which is more than I thought was likely to happen. Toku maybe not looking so great once Genghis Khan gets back down there. Oh no, it's not Boudica, it's Toku. Well, this is maybe not the best situation for Toku. Whoops. War number 10. I think the 16 was an undershoot. Uh, Maybe not the best target for Cyrus to go after, but well, just because the territory is like kind of weirdly connected to the rest of his empire. But all right, let's go. Cyrus on the liberalism path. I think he's, as I said, I think he's going to liberalism astronomy. He should be able to capture this for sure. He has to hope that this stack throws itself at Hoyd there, and then he can mop up the remnants. Toku's side was in effect. So he just went into late game civics. I wonder if he has enough towns for uni-suffrage to be useful at this point. It looks like he does. Yeah, it looks like it actually is not that bad of a civic at this point because it's late enough in the game. All right, so we're going to see a... Wait, I was going to say we're going to see a big attack here, but it looks like we already saw an attack there. So that should get captured. So cities get traded. Cyrus is like, wait, my whole army's here ready to go. What? I suspect this gets gifted back to Genghis because of all the historical Mongolian culture. Still, I don't know. We'll see who captures it. Maybe Temujin just recaptures the city. Cyrus's army is here. Where's the big Temujin stack returning down from the north? Part of it's here. The issue for Cyrus is I feel like this territory is mostly going to go over to Temujin. I guess it just depends on who captures what. What a back and forth game. It's like constantly from one side to the other. So many swings in combat. Churchill's been pretty peaceful thus far. Just staying out of it. Building a shrine. So... But like slowly, it feels like everyone other than Churchill and the two Hindu pair... where was that? Over here. Now it'll be interesting to see if this gets gifted over to the Mongols. I suspect yes, but maybe not. It feels like these two and everyone who's not these two and Churchill are slowly getting knocked out of the game, or like taking so much damage that they're becoming irrelevant. Like Boudica has taken so much damage that it's going to be tough for her. All right, so Cyrus should get the liberalism free prize on this upcoming turn. You would think Churchill would want to go to war, agreed, but he's just a very peaceful AI leader, so he's not as likely to fight. Here's the Doom stack with 50 units in it. This city's very poorly defended. I wonder who just slips over and takes this. I suspect he took astronomy. I've been predicting that for a while. And he did take astronomy. So his tech's going to improve by quite a bit once he gets that, because he'll be able to build both the universities and the observatories, which, as mentioned, are pretty cheap for the AI. But he's mostly building units. Let's see where he goes next. Cyrus. He should pick up gunpowder and rifling. He would immensely improve the speed of his conquest if he picked up those. Banking. Ooh. Banking means he's probably going for gunpowder. Probably. No, he is not. He's going for economics. Is this Willem we're watching here? All Are we watching Willem play the game? Because he's actually beelining a tech that obsoletes his Great Lighthouse instead of, picking up gunpowder. He's like determined to remain medieval, even though he doesn't have to be. Okay, well, then he's not going to capture as much as he could based on this tech path. That's pretty stupid, but hey, that's AI Survivor for you. It's like, yes, I must go out of my way to pick up something that obsoletes the Great Lighthouse. Yeah, as I said, I just think that Genghis Khan's going to get most of these cities, and he's going to benefit the most from this conflict. Because, like, let's say Cyrus captures this city. Okay, I mean, it's surrounded on every side by Mongol culture. Maybe he'll hold on to this city. But it feels like Genghis is the real winner here. Still, Cyrus is, his economy is pretty good, and using liberalism on astronomy is it's a nice long-term play because they'll be able to get all those research buildings done, knocked out quickly. Banks, universities, observatories are all strong options. But if Temujin has double the cities, I'm not sure how much that better research infrastructure matters. Churchill is finally on rifles. Okay. We didn't have another war declaration, did we? No. This city should fall. Like, this easily could have gone to Cyrus, and he just didn't send his units there. His stacks have kind of been wandering around aimlessly. I guess they're going here to Tokyo, for what that's worth. But, like, this should get captured. So Churchill will be safe for the time being by having rifles. You guys notice that Genghis Khan finally slipped past Cyrus in score, though, just because he's got more territory now. All right, Kagoshima is down to, like, no units left. These knights could actually capture it because they do move faster. I don't know if they have visibility, though. But, like, if these knights just attack, they would take the city. I don't think that's going to happen, though. Oh, they did. Wow. That's a big pickup. Like, this extends Cyrus's borders down here in a way that would not have happened otherwise. Wow. RNG, fight RNG for the win. This is like in Teamfight Tactics when, like, the fight swings because Volibear decides to ult the Heimer turn in the corner instead of the 8 units packed in the other corner. Fight RNG for the win. Anyway, that was a very unlucky break for Temujin, who did all the work there, but a really good pickup for Cyrus. And he is now pushing straight at the capital. Toku looks pretty dead. Um, picked a war with Temujin that he never should have picked, and then Cyrus piled on. I wonder if are the two of these guys up to friendly yet with each other? Yes, they have finally reached friendly. In part from liberating this city, which is kind of a silly giveaway, but Kyoto would be a nice prize. There's some wonders in here. There's the mausoleum is the big one. Well, the others are all obsolete, but the mausoleum would be a biggie. Also, 10,000 merged great people in here. But yeah, these two have worked together long enough that now they're finally pleased with each other. Cyrus completed. He just completed the shrine for the. He just completed the Islamic shrine. Is that right? Where is that? Oh, that's in his capital. Well, he would. He spread that to 2 cities. If he starts spreading Islam around and converts, then he will lose his broship with Genghis Khan. I don't know what else to call it. Their shared religious alliance. Yeah, Toku seems to be collapsing pretty quickly now. How many siege units are in here? 4 trebuchets. Okay. Cyrus still working on corporation. But, like, the grenadiers are slicing through the medieval units, whereas Cyrus is still using knights for no reason whatsoever, since he definitely has better units at this point. And now it'll just be an RNG coin flip who captures Kyoto here, because Temujin's boys are coming over too. We'll see if Cyrus gets it or Temujin gets it. So far, Cyrus has gotten 1 city. Temujin's gotten this one. This one almost was captured by Cyrus. It was a little. They both kind of got unlucky here. Cyrus was unlucky at this city, and Temujin was unlucky at this city. And meanwhile, Temujin just had many more units attacking here. I have no idea who gets this city. It's just pure RNG of who chooses to attack when and all that jazz. Oh, hello. Boudica's back for another round. This ensures that Cyrus will get very little out of this war, because now he's going to have to race all his units home. War number 11. I just want to see who gets Kyoto up here, and then we'll turn and look at that front. Oh, it was Cyrus. Okay. That'll probably be the last city he captures in this war. Now he'll have to turn and deal with this. So he lost this city to Boudica. But Cyrus is finally researching gunpowder. So 2 more cities captured that turn. That said, Cyrus is very close to having rifles, which would, and since he already has military tradition, that would mean cavalry as well. He's just on gunpowder. He has not made his mind up on where to go next. If he's smart enough to go for rifling, he could instantly turn all these units into cavs, in which we would just maul right through Boudica, and that could make him the favorite. He will get cuirassiers as soon as he finishes gunpowder tech. Then it's just, does he continue onwards and pick up rifling the way he should? As I said, this army probably not going to capture much more from what's left of Tokugawa. How many units does Boudica have up here? She's got a lot of muskets. Okay, 14. Her main stack has about 30 units, I want to say. Again, this stack would fall apart very quickly against rifles, but will Cyrus be smart enough to know he should go for those rifles? Well, I don't know. His tech flavors are a little bit more militaristic. He shouldn't, like, he's not like a Willem who just completely ignores everything. So his knights were just upgraded in Q to cuirassiers. And that's a big jump, as we all know. All right, he's on replaceable parts. I'm guessing that that's a push for rifles, I would think. All right, and the long-delayed rifle push is here. So he'll be heading in that direction. So it looks like most of Japan's going to get run over by Genghis Khan, but there's the chance that Cyrus then runs over most of the Celts. Although that is getting a little ahead of ourselves. This stack should probably turn around and head back. Yeah, not much left of Tokugawa at this point. And of course, Churchill is then still off doing his thing, and Kublai's still alive too, for the time being at least. Wait, what? We're with Kublai Khan? Wait, what? Oh, Kublai started it. Okay. I was like, why would Churchill attack him? I thought they were pleased. Well, we're number 12. Can we hit 20 in this game? I think there's a decent chance. All right, let's back up and look at power for a second. Ooh, Cyrus apparently lost a lot of units recently. Toku almost dead. Boudica is struggling. Temujin ascendant. I don't know why Kublai Khan chose to start this war. He's got a medieval army against redcoats. I don't think this is going to go very well. I am surprised. This is like his biggest ally. I have no idea why he's taking him on. But for Churchill, this significantly increases his chance of winning the game because he needs to get more territory, and this is a way to do that. Yeah, so the Boudica stack has already taken one city, and it's moving on to the second one now. I think it's gonna capture this city too. Cyrus has his stack still healing way down here. Meanwhile, the green Mongols are just tearing a path through what's left of this area here. So Kublai has already lost one city to massed cavalry. And this city should fall shortly. Cyrus just started Golden Age. Wait, didn't he capture the mausoleum in here? Oh yeah, nice. So he gets the extra golden age. Good for him. Wow, so many cities falling. Multiple cities captured there. Oh wait, what? Over here? Okay. Yeah, there's not much left of Tokugawa at this point. Very little left of just 3 cities. And this city is going to fall in like one more turn too. Well, we're going to be down to I think 3 leaders pretty soon in this game. Yeah, this is a pretty good stack from Boudica. 39 units. There's definitely not enough to hold this. City is not on a hill, so that's likely to get captured. Mongol armies are already on the move to the remaining cities. I'm looking to see if Cyrus has any of his units moving back to deal with this. No, it looks like Cyrus was definitely caught off guard by this attack and is suffering some real damage. I think he can turn it around in time, especially once he gets rifles. But I think he might lose a few more cities before that happens. Well, one city got captured. So Kublai managed to capture one city. I don't think this war is going very well for him, though. He took one city, and I don't think he can hold that against like the individual unit matchups are just so bad for him. Who's a stronger leader between Isabel and de Gaulle? I don't know. They're both bad leaders. The answer is they're both bad. I don't know who's better. We've seen that both of them are not very good leaders for this, at least for the settings that we play on. Which one is worse? I don't really know. They both had one game where they did well, and that's about it. Yeah, Boudica's stack is pretty good. She takes this city. I don't think she takes anything else because I think rifles will be in before she can hit anything else. But I think she takes this city, barring something weird happening. Maybe not. Maybe if these get upgraded to rifles, maybe she falls short. She does have a lot of muskets, which don't hit very hard. So can Cyrus get the snipe on this city down here? I suspect no, but it's a possibility. Just moving in position to snipe. He would need this force to come up short, and I don't think that's going to happen because there's 67 units there. But there's always that chance for the snipe. What's Churchill? Where's his main force? Here, maybe? It's less clear to me. He could easily take this city. Like, Ulaanbaatar doesn't even control its first string tiles. Oh, I think, you know what it is? I think he just recaptured Canterbury, and I didn't refresh the map, so we didn't see that. I think this city is the closest to falling. I could be wrong, though. Yeah, if you forced me to pick, I'd probably say Isabella, but like I said, I think they're just both bad leaders. All right, Cyrus managed to get rifles before the attack came in here. Will he put enough rifles in here to make a difference? Why is he building a university in this city? I still think this city is the next one to get attacked. Genghis Khan taking his time here. Still think he takes that pretty easily. All right. Here come the rifles. Knights do a heck of a lot better against longbows than rifles, but they can kill rifles. So he's upgrading right now, which is what the AIs typically do when they get rifling. All right, this city is going to fall. Look at all these English units racing towards it. There's still this little pocket of Mongol territory up there. I'm curious if the attack's going to come in with Bactra this turn. If it was attacked, it didn't fall. Nope, not attacked that turn. Ulaanbaatar was taken as predicted, though. And Nara, okay, the one turn I look away from Nara, that's the turn it goes down. Okay. Poor camera work there. Do you have any tips to someone who's new to both Civ games and Civ 6? That's such a big subject. Hard to say. For Civ 6, for Civ 4, on focus on connecting food resources, improving your food resources, and expanding with settlers and workers. That's really the big thing. For Civ 6, it's more of an open question. Try to focus on production if you can for Civ 6. Production's kind of the most important stat in Civ 6. But for Civ 4, which is what we have here, it's all about connecting resources and improving food. Like the single biggest thing I can recommend to anyone new to the Civ series, and this goes for just any Civ game except maybe Civ 5, which is silly, build more workers and build more settlers. It's the single biggest thing that new players don't do enough of, is they don't build enough workers and they don't expand enough. Just doing that will get you to the point where you can probably beat the middle difficulties. All right, now that this city is full of rifles, I don't think this city's going to get captured. Seems a little bit unlikely now. Meanwhile, there's Mongol armies racing for the last couple cities here. But like Temujin doesn't even have, he's still a ways away from rifling, and like he doesn't have any of the other Renaissance techs. He's definitely behind in tech. Is Churchill now strong enough to just win the game from his position? All right, so that attack, the attack failed. Oh wait, never mind. No, they're moving. I thought they attacked and failed, but they're actually moving. I don't know where this stack is going. But now that there's rifles for Cyrus and Boudica is not close to getting rifles, this matchup looks like it's going to swing pretty hard in Cyrus's favor. Just as all these other wars are very one-sided, and we're seeing a pretty fast consolidation of the AIs in the field. All right, now we're down to just one city left for Toko, and he has like no units left in it. That extended Golden Age, I think, is pretty good for Cyrus. Yeah, this stack is slowly dying. Remember how it had 30-something units in it? Now it has 27. And Cyrus has a lot of units healing. Once that stack is whittled down, it'll be like the last war. He defends an attack against his city and then counterattacks. All right. Toku, not your game. My second place pick definitely did not come to pass. All right, multiple city captures again. But the big one is Toku's eliminated. One of the more popular picks for this game. But couldn't quite get it together. All right, Toku's out. This is turn 245. Game 6, turn 245. And the kill. This time the kill did go to Genghis Khan. This time the kill did go to Genghis Khan. All right. So Toku out. And Genghis Khan a point there. All right. And this time I did it correctly. Yep. I thought about picking Toku to win as well. I'm glad now I did not pick him to win, because he made some bad decisions. He got caught up in too much warring with Temujin, who ended up being a lot stronger than I thought he'd be in this game. All right. This stack's still wandering around. Oh, they just signed peace, didn't they? Why would Cyrus sign peace? I don't get it. What a mistake. Cyrus, where's that killer instinct? You literally just got the units that would run right through the enemy, and you captured this city, and then you immediately just sign peace and give it away. I don't get it. So Boudica survives a bit longer. That said, I wouldn't be shocked if Cyrus returns to war, because he does not like Boudica at all. He declared war on us multiple times. Anyway. All right, so now it's just the only war ongoing now is Kublai Khan. I feel like Cyrus has let some opportunities slip away to just grow his territory. Like his tech rate's good, but I don't know. So what he needs now is for Genghis Khan to attack Churchill, and for that to be a long training war while he absorbs Boudica and techs away. Don't know if that's going to happen, but that's the ideal scenario for Churchill. Not Churchill, for Cyrus. Churchill needs, I'm not sure. He needs to somehow not get attacked by Temujin until he can hit like the next tier of tech. Because this guy's probably plotting war already. All right, he's not, but it won't be long, trust it. I mean, he hates Boudica and he hates Churchill, so he'll go after one of them pretty soon. He's friendly with Cyrus, so he can't attack Cyrus. You know when Genghis Khan's in the game, he's not going to stop at declaring war. He's just going to keep fighting. Oh, I'm still showing the Excel screen. Ah! I'm so sorry about that. Good commentary. This is excellent entertainment. I had the chat minimized by accident. That is my fault. Sorry about that. A good reminder that you don't see on your screen what I'm seeing on my screen most of the time. I am sorry about that. Okay. Thank you again for keeping me honest. So in this game, it feels like there weren't really any leaders who are super strong in this game. Kubla's a good leader, but like his start position was just so bad. He didn't have much to work with in this game. Anyway, Churchill on steam power, he's definitely starting to pull away in tech. I still would be concerned about his diplomatic situation, though, because he really has no friends in this game. But he's picking up more territory here, and that's a good sign for him. Again, Cyrus not using this time to run over Boudica, because Boudica will have rifles by the time he can go back to declare war on her again. See, she's prioritizing rifling, and that means Cyrus, even though he's way ahead in tech, is not going to have a tech lead against her. Not until he can get up to assembly line and steel. So even though Cyrus is like a full era ahead, he did not use that opportunity to smash through Boudica. Can we see city culture? Were we referring to like legendary cities? Because nobody's really very close. Well, no one's going to win by culture unless they turn the slider on. But if we ever see someone flip on the slider, we'll keep an eye on it. Oh, look at this. War with Kublai Khan, but also war with Genghis Khan. All right, here they come. Here come the Mongols. Genghis never stops. Here they come. War number 13. A lot of wars this game. Although the number has to be starting to slow down because there just aren't as many leaders in the game. All right, let's see how these guys match up. So in terms of power, it's not close. The Mongols are way ahead in terms of power. But the unit advantage is in terms of unit quality. The Mongols don't have rifles or cabs yet. GMP, wow, that's a big advantage there. Food, just while we're here. Culture. Let's just see what units Temujin does have. I believe he has Grenadiers. We've seen them running around. And he has Cuirassiers. He doesn't have rifles. He doesn't have calves. He also could pick up steel if he wanted to. Now, where is his main stack? Well, there's actually some open territory over here where cities were recently captured. I wonder if anyone sticks a settler in there, tries to grab some land. Let's see. I don't see where his big stack is. Maybe he was pulled into the war by Kublai, because usually when the AI declares, there's like a huge stack running across the border. So he might have been bought into the war by Kublai Khan. All right, well, this is a good advantage for good timing for Cyrus now. If he wanted to make a move here, he could against one of these remaining AIs. If Churchill's going to be slowed down, this is the time for it to happen before he's able to consolidate on these new cities and get factories up. Like, I guess there's a stack here, but I know he has a monster stack with a gazillion units in it, and I don't see that just yet. Yeah, settle that land, Kublai. All right. Well, the game continues to deliver. It's been an enormously entertaining game. Yeah, the Celt versus Persia war ended when Cyrus inexplicably signed peace right as he was going on the offensive and had captured this city. He was like, I'll just sign peace." He randomly has this city in the middle of former Japanese territory, which he should have the culture to hold on to, at least for the time being, because Temujin's culture is pretty lousy. All right, oh, here it is, or at least part of his stack. He's got moving on Newcastle. Does he have enough siege units though? So he has grenadiers. I know grenadiers get a bonus against attack bonus against rifles. Do they get the attack bonus against redcoats? I'm not sure if they do. Let me just check on that real quick. Grenadiers. Nope. Plus 50% attack against rifles, not redcoats. So that's kind of bad for him. Not going to have that advantage, but Temujin has so many units. Here's his big stack. This is the main one, 103 units here. Churchill also has Statue of Zeus. Well, that could mean some unhappiness in the future. Now, is Cyrus back to plotting war again? Yes, he is. That didn't take very long either. I suspect it is with Boudica. I guess he has a peace treaty, so maybe it's not her. It could be him trying to finish off Kublai. But or I guess it could be Churchill. Where is he? No, he's pleased with Churchill. He can't declare war on Churchill. So, and he's friendly with. He's can't declare on either of these. So, most likely it's a return to Boudica, but that's not guaranteed because he's been in enforced peace. He might just be trying to finish off Kublai Khan. I don't know if they can plot. I know they can't declare war while they're in peace. I thought they maybe could plot war in an enforced peace, even though they can't declare it. All right, so here's the big stack: 35 cuirassiers. Churchill researching railroad did not immediate, so he'll have machine guns pretty soon. Oh, so much for the defenses at that city. How much siege does he have here? 39 grenadiers. I think 39 grenadiers will be enough to capture this city. This was the former Kublai Khan city. 39 grenadiers. Yeah, so no surprise there. Trying to pull Churchill down a peg. All right, he's running all gold, I guess, for upgrades right now. And that was the city that he took on the first turn of the war. There's another stack over here, slowly working on Newcastle. So Boudica on rifling now. As I said, Cyrus missed his opportunity to hit Boudica when she was all medieval with his rifles and cavalry. I mean, he would still have the advantage briefly, but this random city still sitting in the middle of Boudica's territory. So what's Churchill doing? Is he still attacking Kublai Khan or did he back off? Let me see if I can find the Churchill units. Yeah, he seems to have backed off Kublai Khan for the time being. Where are his forces though? Let's just see what's going on in terms of the unit trading. Heavy losses for both thus far, but roughly equivalent for what that's worth. Look at how highly developed the English core is. Yeah, Temujin's turn 260 education, not the fastest. Cyrus biology, huh? He's going deep into the tree. He is still kind of the tech leader because, well, at least with the damage that Churchill is suffering right now. Still, no, everybody's still a long way away from domination. Like even Genghis Khan has the most land is not close to domination right now. Maybe if he takes over all of Churchill's land. If he can capture this city, though, he might be on his way to doing that. He does have an awful lot of units. His economy is so terrible, though. Adopted in there. His cities were probably furious from lack of emancipation. I'm very surprised Boudica is still alive in this game. How is Boudica plotting war? Yep. That's not a surprise. She's somewhat surprisingly pleased with Cyrus. She's annoyed towards the Mongols, so that would be her target. Apparently everyone hates the Mongols. Oh, that attack on Newcastle actually failed. Came up short. Are we seeing the tide of the Mongols finally starting to get turned back? Because that was an attack that did not succeed. That was kind of a nice test for whether they were going to just run right through. Oh, yikes. Ouch. That's not the bar graph you want to see when you're the Mongols. Ooh. That's not the bar graph you want to see. That's why technology matters, folks. It's not just about the total number of units. He also apparently lost this city too, which was he had earlier captured. I thought I had refreshed the map after that was captured, but maybe not. All right, Churchill's still in it, despite taking a lot of damage. Still in it. And he's going to have factories soon. So that city again retaken. Coventry was taken by the... Oh, they retook... So they traded these two cities, these two. Yeah, Temujin not having cabs is just really rough for him because he's like a full generation behind. And unfortunately for him, the Grenadiers don't do much against Redcoats because they don't get the attack bonus. So, yeah, this not going as well as maybe it looked like it would earlier. That initial attack kind of was like a wave breaking on the shore, and then now it's kind of crested and it's not. And the sea is starting to go back out to the wave is starting to pull back out to sea again. If I can continue with this metaphor, um, so yeah, not going too well. For what it's worth, Churchill is still at war with Kublai Khan, still at war there, and Cyrus is still apparently plotting, just as Boudica is apparently still plotting. I think Boudica wants to hit Genghis Khan. All right, so Genghis Khan belatedly now going for rifling. He lost this city. Boudica goes into a golden age. I don't know how Boudica is still in this. I thought for sure she was dead earlier in this game, and then I thought she was dead when Cyrus discovered rifling, but she's still in it. Also, assembly line Cyrus, pretty early assembly line for him. He already has biology tech, so he shouldn't lose too much population. He, for all he was supposed to be plotting war, he's just building research in his cities now. I feel like he may have missed his moment though in this game. If he had run over Boudica and taken her territory, I think he would be the favorite. But instead, now I feel like, oh, okay. Well, I guess he wants to get a little bit of territory for himself. So he wasn't plotting with Boudica; he was plotting for Kublai. Okay, polish off a little bit of the pick up a city or two. The old conflict renewed. There's only 2 cities left, and yeah. Kublai Khan putting up the worker defense here, apparently. It's got 9 workers in his city. All right. But now the English counteroffensive has begun, and it's not looking so great for old Genghis. Although he will have rifles now and cavalry, and that will make a difference. But I don't know. I don't know, man. Has Genghis's endless warmongering finally come back to bite him? He's certainly done a lot of warring. Oh, he was even in a golden age and he was still struggling. That's not a good sign. It's like he's about to lose this city. Well, the one thing Churchill lacked the whole game was territory. He may be getting it right now. And yeah, that was predictable too. Oh man. Oh no, the consequences of my own actions. Genghis Khan. Oh boy. Too many enemies. But this is bad for Cyrus long term, though, because he kind of needed Genghis Khan as his partner in crime. Genghis getting weakened badly here, weakened Cyrus too. Anyway, well, we should see Kublai Khan getting eliminated soon. And is Genghis Khan next? Churchill has this game. It feels like it's tipping increasingly in his favor. Because yeah, I don't really see who stops him at this point. As much as I'm hoping that for Cyrus, because I have Cyrus picked to win, Cyrus is feeling more like a number two at this point behind Churchill. I'm not. I mean, there's still a shot that Cyrus can do this. Again, Cyrus's hope is absorb Boudica's territory, become more powerful, which I think he could do. But like I said, I think maybe he needed to make that move earlier in the game. Just waiting to see how much longer this last city can last. I was wondering why there were no defenses in these cities. I was like, oh, English ships off the coast bombarding them. But it does look like the English units are kind of rolling right through Genghis Khan right now, kind of just tearing right through him. That power graph, how bad is it now? Because it was bad before. Oh, Boudica's on the upswing. Well, it looks like he might have stabilized. It looks like rifling stabilized him at least a little bit. But Boudica, big upswing in power because she just hit rifles herself. If Churchill wins, Augustus, Sitting Bull, and Churchill are in the same playoff game. Where did we go wrong? I mean, Churchill had a really nice starting position. There's a reason why I didn't pick him first to die. I wasn't sure who first to die would be, but I didn't think it would be him. I thought for sure he would die later in the game, but that is not happening. All right, here comes the Cyrus Doom stack. And there's no need to bombard defenses because the English ships took care of that. Yeah, 33 cabs. I think that'll be enough to kill 2 muskets and a mace, along with some caravels and workers. But like Churchill's territory is really starting to balloon now. Like he'll probably get the former capital too. Oh, maybe not. I think it's actually outside the English borders. Wait, Genghis Khan's on assembly line? That was a fast push for assembly line. Maybe if he gets factories, he'll be able to stabilize a bit further. Anyway, this is it for Kublai Khan. I'm sorry for everyone who had Kublai Khan as the winner. His starting position was so terrible in this game. I could not see him doing much, and he really didn't. So we lose another AI. Cyrus gets the kill credit. Cyrus is well positioned for a top two. I'm just not sure if he's well positioned to win the game. The Mongol civilization has been destroyed. Which Mongol civilization? There's two of them. Anyway, we know which one. All right. So Kublai out. The curse of the seated leaders. No, his start position was bad. Like really bad for him. So turn 283. Oh, he's a seated leader, that's right. Game 6, turn 283. And the kill went to Cyrus. So let's mark that down for fantasy purposes. Cyrus, a point there. And this was Kublai. So Shinatiao, who's one of the leaders in the fantasy contest, finally does not get more points from one of his big investments. So, all right. Chat not telling me I screwed up, so thank goodness for that. All right, and now back to the game. All right, that frees up Cyrus, who can now get back into a war if he wants. Cyrus really hates Boudica, so I expect that to be a future conflict. Temujin hates everyone, and everyone hates him, except the two Hindu boys love one another, so That's not the case, but don't be surprised if Cyrus goes back to war. Well, maybe not. He's building research in his cities, which is generally a sign that someone's not looking to get into a war. So I guess what we have to focus on is, well, the ongoing collapse of Genghis Khan. Again, I can't believe that Boudica has managed to get back in this the way she did. No, Toku wasn't first to die. It was De Gaulle was first to die. Also, Civ 4 is apparently crashing. Oh, there it goes. With Boudica picking up these cities that were on her border, she's actually like not that weak anymore. I mean, there's not even that much distance between her and Genghis Khan, which is just remarkable considering how Cyrus could have easily overran her, like without even breaking a sweat, but he backed off, gave her time to tech her rifles. How about where are the Churchill forces? Oh, here they are. They're at this city, Tours. It's being sieged down by both of the two combatants. Churchill and Boudica are going to get some mutual military struggle bonus here too, because of their shared conflict. And then this city likely to fall as well. Kind of surprised, like for all these wars, Cyrus has never really gained that much additional territory. Oh, I think this city flipped to him. Yeah, it looks like this city flipped over to him. So he just picked up that one. But he's mostly been stuck on the same amount of territory. In terms of who actually has the most land, I think Churchill has the most now. Yes, he does. 29%. As compared to Cyrus, who's at, yeah, Churchill actually has quite a bit more land than anyone. He's really swelled his territory as a result of this successful war. Temujin looks like he picked one too many wars. He finally hit an opponent he couldn't run over. Like this city's toast. It's just a question of who gets it. And now Churchill's moving into his core with infantry. Like once again, infantry a generation ahead over the rifles that were back there. Go Churchill, less points for me. Great, thanks. I'm glad to hear that you're cheering on me getting fewer points in the chat. Kind of a jerk thing to do. Anyway, so just asking for help. But yes, it really looks like the Genghis Khan just picked too many wars at this point. The question will be, does Cyrus want to start a new war? At the moment, no. At the moment, no. I don't think he can outrace Churchill to space from here, though. Churchill has too much territory and like very high quality territory. I suppose it's possible, but also Churchill is continuing to get more territory now. And artillery means he'll only capture cities that much faster. Cyrus has a reasonable shot at, has a pretty good shot at number 2, but it's just hard to see him winning from here, barring something unusual happening. So Genghis Khan has now lost all of his cities outside of his original core. He's been pushed back to like the, well, like I said, the original core. And I don't think these two are willing to sign peace with him. Cyrus has the little tiny 2 cities over in this corner. I mean, he's losing cities at a pretty fast rate at this point. Let's see. Yeah, he is the weakest in power now. What a turnaround from Boudica to get back in this. Some of it was good luck, like the AI signing peace when they really shouldn't, but a stubborn performance to hold on in this game, because it does seem like we'll be down to 3 AIs pretty soon. Boudica is still way behind in tech. She's like a full arrow. Churchill and Cyrus are pretty close in tech. Let's just take a quick peek at that. Cyrus has skipped Divine Right, but otherwise, yeah, he's like early modern, late in like mid-industrial, early modern. He still has a ways to go, but he's getting there. And then, wait, they have exactly the same text. Hold on. Oh, difference is Cyrus does not have flight and Churchill does. So Churchill is 1 tech ahead, although flight's an expensive tech. And then Boudica is a full era behind. Yeah, she doesn't even have education at this point. And Genghis Khan is like in between the two of them. But it's just hard for me to see Cyrus being able to outrace Churchill in tech because Churchill's um, in such a better position economically between the two of them. Like Cyrus is 1,600 beakers. Churchill is, oh, well, Churchill is lower, but that's because Cyrus is building research in his cities. Of course, the question is always, does Cyrus want to go back to war again? He probably should try to stay out of wars. Wow, more, geez, this pace of conquest is very fast. Cyrus's best bet is probably to stay out of wars. He went free religion, which is smart. Like get out of the religions that are causing religious tension with the other people in the game. But he really hates Boudica, so the odds are he gets back into a war with her at some point. She actually would not declare on him, and Churchill won't declare war on him either, because Churchill doesn't declare war at pleased, if I remember correctly. Cyrus is likely to get into another war, which would hurt him. But if he picks up industrialism and gets tanks, he would have a pretty sizable edge over Boudica, who does not have factories. Like if he picks up electricity industrialism, he probably could beat Boudica pretty easily. But I don't see how he ever catches up to Churchill at this point. I'm not seeing that. So yeah, there's not much left of Genghis, is there? For someone who played such a fascinating and exciting game. Yeah, Churchill likes Boudica, that's true. Could get pulled into a war. Churchill's on industrialism. Wow, the English is just, I mean, it's been a total march from remember earlier, Newcastle was under siege and York was being attacked as well. So like the fighting was here. Now the fighting's over here, deep in Mongol territory. It's been a total reversal between these two. Um, so this city would likely end up in Persian hands because it's going to be surrounded by their culture. But that's, one city compared to Churchill getting 25 cities. Not that many, but you get the idea. Yeah, Churchill was able to tech for just long enough. I think that's right. Just got enough time to tech in this game. Really didn't get attacked. I mean, he stayed out of the worrying for a long period of time while the AI leaders were attacking. Churchill and Cyrus are both pleased with each other. Neither one will declare war on the other. They're all pleased with each other. So they like each other. It's just Cyrus doesn't like Boudica because she attacked him multiple times. But if he chooses not to go back to war with Boudica, this game could stay peaceful in theory. I know Cyrus is keeping pace with Churchill in research right now, but when Churchill comes out of this war and starts building research in every city, he's gonna fly past Cyrus in research rate because he's captured so much territory and he's still just building infrastructure in those cities. How did he get this? Oh, wait, no, that was the city he captured earlier. Yeah, not much left here. So I'm just kind of watching Genghis Khan slowly dying. Actually, not that slowly. He's dying pretty fast, actually. If we stop at exactly 15. Did they decide to sign peace now? No. Still pushing forward. Kazan's probably the next one because there's a huge stack here. Maybe Churchill could do what Victoria did a number of years ago and just troll by um, deciding suddenly to go culture at the last minute. That was in a wild. Oh, there's always defensive packs that can do crazy stuff. But there was a point in time where one of the wildcard games where Victoria had the game sealed up and then just suddenly decided to go culture, much like Kublai Khan threw away that championship game by going culture, for no reason. Yeah, so we're going to be down to 3 leaders. I thought we would be down to Churchill, Cyrus, and Genghis Khan. Instead, it's going to be Churchill, Cyrus, and Boudica, with Boudica's survival being one of the more shocking and unexpected twists. Boudica's sieging this city down. A lot of it just comes down to the fact that Cyrus has been very willing to sign peace treaties at a time when he really didn't have to, not pushing through to try to finish off Boudica, leaving her alive, letting her get rifles and be a player. I think he could. I legitimately think he'd be in a good position to race Churchill to space if he'd been able to overrun the Celtic territory. He'd be behind in tech now, but he'd be in a position to catch up. And instead, it's just hard to see him being able to keep pace. But hey, you never know. Weirder things have happened. And then she nuked Coop. Oh yeah, we got the -100 relations in that one game. Was that the game with the -100 because of all the nukes? In terms of beaker rate right now, Cyrus is at 1500. Churchill. Okay, so he is researching faster for now. Again, I don't expect that to last when the war is over. But there's a slim path for Cyrus. Maybe if Churchill is slow or something, researching advanced flight, which is a non-mandatory spaceship tech, is not going to help. All right, so he has everything. All right, he has everything before this. These are just the techs he needs. How about Churchill? About the same for right now. Roughly the same for right now. Well, protected is a bad trait. It's not a good one. Churchill's doing well in this game not because he had protective trait. He's doing well because he had a great capital and he didn't get attacked for the first 150 turns of the game. It's not the trait. It's his start and the fact that he avoided getting in wars early while everybody else fought. Like that's the reason why. I'm actually surprised we haven't seen any more Genghis cities fallen in recent turns. Like just because Churchill's having a good game and he has a protective trait does not mean he's having a good game because of the protective trait. I think we've seen enough over the past just to observe that the protective trait is definitely one of the weaker options. Boudica has stood outside this city for like 10 turns because she's been using 3 trebuchets to bombard the defenses. Churchill does not get stuck with that because he has artillery, which just melts through cultural defenses like butter. So that's a double cities falling, and now we know it's just a matter of time. Right, Churchill winning because Toku went after 2 other people, exactly. Oh, I'm sure it did help him to defend against Genghis Khan. You know, it would have been more helpful? How about one more commerce on every single one of these tiles from having financial trade? Or imperialistic, so he had, 10 cities instead of 7 cities. That also would have been helpful and probably more helpful than an extra defensive promotion. Again, you always have to remember, yes, protective does stuff, but does it do as much as the other traits? And the answer is generally no. Anyway, just important to keep in mind. Champions with the protective trait 1, champions with the financial trait 1. I suppose that's true. But as I said, I really don't think that Churchill's been winning because of the protective trait. I think it helped him, but I think other traits would have helped him more. All right, so we're down to 4 cities left. This war is just kind of grinded on for a while now. Cyrus still apparently not plotting war, just happy to tech away for right now. Put those cities on research. See if he can get this city to flip to him. I wonder what the revolt odds are, just out of curiosity. He gained a little territory here because his borders swallowed up some of the conquests. What that was. Pretty good odds this will revolt. 6% odds to revolt per turn. We'll see if Boudica can get enough culture in there to hold on to it. Kyoto, which was just that one random city capture, now has control of all the territory around it. It's always amusing how that happens sometimes. No, Gilgamesh has not won a championship. He's been in the championship a couple times, has not actually won it. All right, 3 cities to go? Pushed all the way back to the capital. This is the capital because Kublai had the normal capital name, Karakorum. So Beshbulik is actually the capital for Green Mongolia and the Holy City. Yeah, once the tanks are on the scene, the cities generally fall pretty quickly if it's tanks against rifles. Also, we've got the paratroopers flying in now, too. Hey, they've got the protective city garrison promotion. I don't think we've had a large enough sample size to get any clear trend on what the leaders, what the people who have won have been most likely to have. The winner of the championship game can be a bit of a crapshoot anyway. All right, Cyrus founding a corporation, building missile parts, and down to our last city here. That's a useful wonder. Now he doesn't have to pay actually some pretty good wonders from Churchill. Two of the better ones. Now he doesn't have to worry about coal power. And any city that builds a new factory just gets power plant automatically. All right, so now it's just a race. I suspect the English will win, but we'll see. Maybe Boudica will get the kill credit. It would be like Churchill to somehow not get the kill credit. Boudica moves first in turn order, so actually I think Boudica does get this because she moves first in turn order. And Churchill moved his stack back onto this tile to consolidate it. So looks like Boudica is going to get her revenge here. Wow. Way to go, Boudica. Getting that point for the fantasy team and for herself in the long-term AI survivor scoring. All right. Goodbye, Genghis. You entertained us. We laughed. We cried. But in the end, it didn't really matter. All right. So he goes out on turn 318. After giving us quite a ride. Game 6, turn 318. Boudica gets the kill credit. She actually has 2 kills in this game. That's right. She had the other one when I messed up the spreadsheet earlier. So Boudica gets another point. And Genghis Khan is now out. No trip to the wildcard game for him, unfortunately. But Churchill's in line to get a big score. Who has Churchill on their team? Oops does. Okay, this is going to be a good scoring game for Oops, especially if Boudica can overtake Cyrus. This could be a really big scoring game for Oops. In the fantasy contest, obviously. All right. 5 kills without a playoffs appearance. I mean, is that surprising for Genghis Khan that he has 5 kills but he's never made the playoffs? Isn't that exactly what you would expect for him? Something like that? All right. So Cyrus is on industrialism. That'll get tanks in play. He has gunships ready. He's back to building units. Is he thinking about going to war with Boudica? He wouldn't declare on Cyrus, right? So none of these leaders declare war at pleased. So everybody loves one another except Cyrus hates Boudica. So never mind. I'm looking at the wrong person. I need to look at Cyrus. All right, we got enough on our hands right now. So he's apparently going to try to go after her, I guess. Let's see what it looks like in terms of their power situation now. So he started to build up. The real question is, would Boudica be able to buy Churchill into the war? I don't know if that's possible or not. I don't know if Churchill can be bought into a war against people who he's pleased with. Churchill's on the slider. What does that mean? He's not running the culture slider, right? No, he's not running the culture slider. He is researching very quickly, though. He's at 2,000 beakers, Cyrus only 1,500, and he's researching robotics. So expect to see one more war, which would be good for me because I did predict 16 wars. That would be nice if we finished at exactly 16. I would enjoy that. I don't think Cyrus can win this game, so I don't think any of my leader picks are going to land. Cyrus having tanks and gunships against rifles and cavs would have a huge advantage in terms of unit quality if he starts this war. But then he would have to hope that Churchill does not also join the war. In terms of where they are on the tech tree, let's just peek at that real quick. All right, so Cyrus, Let's see. Still needs these two techs. And Churchill, again, roughly the same, but I just don't think he can keep up in, especially because Churchill went, oh, never mind. He went computers. I thought he picked up superconductors for the labs, which actually helps you research the future techs faster. Cyrus is going for all the military stuff. He's got gunships, which are not a mandatory tech. He's got the laser, which is also not a mandatory tech, but he would have mobile artillery, which is, I mean, mobile artillery against like rifles is just a joke. I mean, come on. So he could potentially go through Boudica pretty fast if he wants to start this war. I mean, gunships will get odds on basically anything, and then the tanks just have to walk in. But whether he wants to do that or not, we'll see. But that would not help him defeat Churchill in a space race. I mean, I think he's getting ready to go to war. We saw him plotting. He's dropped building research in favor of building tanks. Um, and he's researching the military techs. I think there's just too many Celtic cities on his borders. That and Boudica has declared war on him multiple times. Also, 16 wars, crossing fingers for exactly 16 wars. We'll see, though. I think my victory date's going to line up reasonably well, too. And I think it's going to be a spaceship ending from Churchill. I think. All right, it looks like a war just started because I'm seeing cities that are in the hands of the Celts getting captured. So the question again is just would Churchill join this war? And I don't know if he can be bought into a war against someone he's pleased with. That I just don't know the answer to. Right, that's the other thing. Could it drop him to cautious? It did not, just for what that's worth. He got a -1, but they're still pleased with each other. So that gets us to 16 wars. I gotta mark that down. No more wars. Let's stay at 16. And let's get that spaceship landing in about 20 turns. I actually think I'm too early on the 340. Yeah, I don't think Churchill can research this many techs. I think I needed to go later than 340. If I was at like 355, I'd be more on target. All right, how much progress can you make, Cyrus? You have a incredible edge in technology. He's not just one generation, he's like 2 generations ahead in technology. So this should be a one-sided slaughter, given the fact that his units are so far superior in quality. This is like the big Boudica stack here. I mean, so far it seems to be going pretty well. I'll check the power graph after the next turn. But like, how do you fight back against tanks and gunships and mobile artillery? Well, I guess technically he doesn't have mobile artillery yet. When you're just on rifles and calves, it's it's just pretty brutal. Like I'm expecting that we're going to see all of these calves just disappear over the next turn or so. The gunships can just slaughter them, and they're so fast. Not to mention the tanks, which have double their strength. Yeah, there's a great general emerging. Where was that city that just got captured? Like, I'm not even seeing where these cities are. Well, that was 3 more city captures. Tiflis, Tours, Camalodunum. All right, these 2, and then where was Tiflis? I'm sure some of you have seen it. Was that in the core, or was that on the periphery? I don't know. It's not. Oh, this city. Oh, the last city, the very last one taken. Okay. Now, if Cyrus could somehow outrace Churchill to space, I'd be pretty happy with this. She's now down to cautious, although the important thing is Churchill. He's pleased with both. Yes, I wanted to see what the power situation was looking like. Not good for Boudica. Not good. You can click on the notification one. Oh, does it actually take you there if you click on it? No, it doesn't. Does not take you there to the spot. Um, So the AI we know just like always has like random units moving around. Sometimes it does a pretty good job of grouping them in stacks, but it always has like random units running around. When you have a huge tech lead, even the random units running around can like kill things. You don't have to have huge stacks, just the random units can kill things too. So like that's kind of what we're seeing over here as this group of rifles gets annihilated, and then it'll be a push into the core of the Celts. Yep. So that, yep. So the real question will be, can Boudica survive? Honestly, my guess is no. I think that Cyrus will do this fast enough that he'll just get through all the Celtic cities um, before Churchill can hit space, because Churchill's still a ways away from space. He's got to research about 8 or 9 techs and build the parts, and then also arrive in Alpha Centauri. I don't think that's going to happen. And Boudica's losing cities like left and right. So she lost that one. And she lost another one too somewhere. Just like this random tank can like just kill the rifles. Even with no defenses knocked out, this tank can just like kill the defenders because it's a tank. It's got 28 strength. The rifle has 14. Like slap City Raider 2 on there, and it'll just cut right through that. So I suspect we'll see a general collapse over the next upcoming turns. I mean, even beyond what we've already seen here. People are saying that clicking on the notification log did take me there. Okay. I will double check that. I didn't think that that actually worked. Maybe this is my memory from earlier in Civ4's development when it didn't work. But like this city just got rolled up. All right, we'll click on the notification log. Does that take us there? Oh, it does. Okay. Well, you guys know better than me. Handy that it works like that. I'm glad it does. So how many cities does Boudica have? She's got about a dozen, but I suspect this is not going to end well for her. Like the tanks are just rolling out. Churchill's merrily building the spaceship. He's not going to hit domination, is he? No, he needs 12% more. Like, he'll get a little bit more territory as these cities get captured, but that's not enough to put him over the limit. So it looks like we're going to get a space ending, I think. Tanks are just, like, rolling out everywhere. There's the mobile artillery. The gunship just kills the defender. Then the city is just wide open, so a tank just has to walk into it. When you're in a position where gunships can kill the defenders in cities, it's pretty nutty. You just have to walk. All you have to do is just have like the paratroopers drop in and walk into the empty cities. Paris and Verulamium. Yep. So this is the full scale collapse we were expecting to see. I'm just like entranced by the helicopter blades spinning everywhere across the map. Boudica gonna die, not third. Yep. So I don't think she's gonna get a chance in the wildcard game, unfortunately. Which is a shame because I like watching Boudica. She's an entertaining AI leader. Gets involved in a lot of conflicts. Churchill, SDI. I mean, maybe if Cyrus does this fast enough and puts every city on research, maybe he can get that spaceship out. I don't think so, but I mean, there's a shot, right? He was a little bit ahead in tech coming out of the end of the Mongol War. I mean, he's taking these cities very quickly. I mean, maybe Cyrus will summon another dumb peace treaty. No, at this point, not when the power graph looks like that. The AI is not going to sign a treaty with someone who's that much weaker than them. The other reason why Cyrus signed a peace treaty earlier is, remember, he had a city captured. So the AI sees that they lost a city and they're like, oh, I'm losing the war. The AI can't understand, hey, if I just stay in the war, I'm going to win it overwhelmingly. The AI evaluates what has actually happened, not what is likely to happen in the future, because it's just too hard for the AI to do that. But like in this war, he's captured every city and lost no cities, so he won't sign a treaty. The only thing that could happen would be if the UN, there could be a UN forced peace if someone has built the UN. That is something that could happen. He was also in a two front. The last war he was in, he wasn't in a two front, but earlier he was. So is anyone building the UN? Has it already been built? And I don't think it's been built yet. I don't see anyone building it. I'll just check real quick to see if someone's built it. No, no one's built it yet. Anyway, so we're just kind of watching this get wrapped up. For all that the AI can be super slow for most of the game, they can move very quickly in the late game. Oh, it looks like it was just built, but there'll have to be a secretary gen election and then another vote. So whether this can survive long enough is a good question. Uh, well, Boudica would vote for Churchill. She would she be enough to get him over the top on a Diplo victory? No, her population is so small now that it wouldn't be enough. So I don't think it's gonna. I think Boudica is gonna die too quickly for her to be saved in the UN, or for a Diplo victory to go through. Like this city is just empty. Someone just has to walk into it. That city was captured by what? What is that unit? All right, so Churchill wins, but I don't think even the two of them added together is enough. It's the mobile SAM, isn't it? Yeah, like this city's gonna get captured on this probably on this upcoming turn, and that's pretty much it. So yeah, I don't think the UN will be able to play a role here. If Boudica hadn't been attacked, she legitimately could have um, maybe taken us to a Diplo finish because she was on really good. She was already friendly with Churchill, but not to be. No Diplo for this game. Yep, if Churchill built it 10 turns earlier, it could have been a Diplo finish. Boudica converts to Christianity. She abandons her religion at the last second. Save me, Churchill! But no, she's dead. She's dead on this inner turn. What is it, turn 340? So we will not have anyone going to the wildcard game from this match. We had a lot of people go to the wildcard game early, but not so many the last couple matches. Been a much more bloodthirsty affair recently. All right, so Cyrus gets another point. Now we know our top two. So I guess there's not probably too much more drama in this, unless it's just who can finish the spaceship first. Although I think Churchill probably does that. Okay, so Boudica out. Another bloodbath, just like game 4. 5 deaths in both of these games. She is out on turn 341 with 2 kills, so a good game for her. If you're not going to advance, at least. And this time the kill went to Cyrus, so he picks up 2 kills. Okay. Fantasy. So Cyrus has another kill. Where's Cyrus? Kajatliak's Cyrus pick is going to work out because he'll get at least 2 more points, plus a chance to get more in the playoffs. And Boudica is out. Okay. Alrighty. Back to the game. All right, well, now we got ourselves an old-fashioned space race between these last two. I don't think Cyrus can win, but we'll see. So Churchill, he is on fusion. He needs then to finish 1, 2, 3 to launch. Cyrus, no, he's too far behind. This is a done deal at this point. And they're both pleased with each other and they won't declare a please. So I think we'll just next turn this out to the ending. Can't catch up at this point. Too far behind. But he did get to extract some revenge on Boudica, amusingly. The only other thing would be, could Churchill get over the domination limit? No, that's not going to happen. No one's going to hit culture. Diplomatics out because they will both vote for themselves in the UN. So it's just Churchill will launch the spaceship and Cyrus will be a little slow. It's a bit of a shame I picked Cyrus to win. I did consider making him second behind Tokugawa. That would have been better for my picks, but reasonably pleased with how that worked out, considering that hey, my guy I picked to win is still in it. It's unfortunate that he's going to come in second instead of first, but the one thing that went wrong in this game for my picks is I thought that Churchill would get ganged up on much earlier. He really just never got ganged up on. And oh wait, what's this? Is he revolting? He's not going culture, is he? I think he's just in anarchy because he had to go into free religion. And like he's not turning on the culture slider now, is he? Because that would be great for me, but no, I think he's just in a turn of anarchy for free religion. Okay, yeah, he's still researching as expected. So we end up with a map that's all white and light blue between the two of them. I mean, Cyrus, if he, if he had had time to consolidate, like that was the one thing that hurt him. He just needed to do this 50 turns earlier. If he had done this at an earlier stage of the game, he really could have won, but just waited a little too long because like he's on 2,300 beakers. Okay, Churchill's on 3,000 beakers, but given time to consolidate these cities he just picked up, I think he could probably match Churchill or come close to matching him. And he was ahead in tech earlier. This is pretty hilarious. The one Kyoto enclave. They both research superconductors, but I think this is the last tech Churchill needs. Plus, he has the mausoleum, Cyrus, so any golden age he launched at the end of the game would be extended. Oh no, Churchill's last tech is genetics. Yeah, they're moving in lockstep on these techs here. The problem is Cyrus also needs to get composites, fiber optics, fusion, whereas Churchill just needs genetics. So he's 3 techs. Cyrus is 3 techs behind, but 3 techs behind is the difference in this game. I mean, pretty close, but not close enough from what I can see. We've checked Diplo, but remember, both of these leaders don't declare war at pleased. So, they both don't declare it pleased. Yeah, I did consider Cyrus for second, but I picked him for first. So came up a little short there. My read that Genghis Khan would get knocked out quickly was not a good read on the game. He did get knocked out, but it wasn't quick. Churchill builds the parts faster too. Yeah. No, this normally there's at least some drama at the very end of the game. Today it's actually not a lot of drama at the end of the game. That's why I'm just trying to next turn this pretty quickly. I think Churchill's going to launch on this turn. Or no, he has to finish the stasis chamber still, doesn't he? Okay, well, as soon as that's done, he'll launch. This game I expect to just be weird, all kinds of stuff happening in the alternate histories. I have a feeling that there's no. I could be wrong, but my impression is I think that this game is not going to have any clear favorite when it's replayed a bunch of times. They're still pleased with one another, so I am hoping that there will not be another war because I have the exact amount right now, and that would be nice to get since I missed on all the leader points. But if I hit that and get the date to within a certain amount, yeah, this can't happen because they split the vote, and you need someone to vote for you in Beyond the Sword. This is going to be a late finish too. It's going to be like 360 something. I picked a late date, but it was even later than I thought. All right, so now we just need 9 turns for the spaceship to get there. Very entertaining game, to be sure. Cyrus also trolled by researching stealth, so he didn't go straight for the spaceship techs anyway, right? Like he researched stealth instead of fiber optics fusion, so he cost himself another 3 turns there anyway. Anyway, I think it's turn 365, I think, is the one that it ends on. I think. Let me just see. I think it's 365. 1947. Oh no, that's 8 more turns from now. So I guess it's a little later than I thought. It's 367. 2 more turns. 2 more turns for something to happen to mess up the score here. They still can't go to war with each other though, so I don't know what else could happen other than just Cyrus researching the last couple techs here. Oh, you know what it is? I think he launched the spaceship and I think he's missing a part. Is he? Yeah, he's missing a thruster. That's why it takes an extra turn. He's missing a thruster. He failed to build all the thrusters, so it's a little slower. Is there a chance to fail if you miss a thruster? Is there like a 5% chance his spaceship could fail to arrive and then Cyrus would win? That's why. So I wasn't wrong. It's just it's a 12 turn spaceship instead of a 10 turn one. I think it's only the composites that have a chance to fail. They just keep voting for the Diplo victory, but they can't win. No, just casings. It's only casings that can make it fail. All right. Well, he had all the casings, so at least I believe he had all the casings. So thrusters are just speed. Yep. Just vote for themselves. Yeah, he had all the casings. I believe the AI won't launch unless they have all the casings, but he cost himself 2 turns extra, which probably doesn't matter a whole lot for the picking contest, except it's going to cost some people some points because I think more people are in the earlier era than the later. I will narrowly hit the within 25 turns. Or wait. Oh wait, no, he cost me the 25 turns because I'm 340. Oh shoot, he cost me 2 points by missing that. Oh no, he cost me 2 points for that. What? I'm gonna miss it by 2 turns. Shoot. Should have gone 350 instead. I just realized that the him not building the thruster cost me 2 points. Okay, Burninator, I'd appreciate if you don't laugh at things that are bad for me. It's just not very polite. That's all. But anyway, it is what it is. So this will be the last turn here, and it'll be a 367 finish because of that lack of the thruster. Okay. Well, Churchill's the winner. I don't think a lot of people expected that. I believe he was the favorite for first to die prior to this game starting. This season just trolls me. It's trolled a lot of people. There was always the possibility for this if just because his starting position was so good, but he needed the diplomacy to break his way, and it really did in this game. He just avoided getting attacked for so long, long enough that he was able to get strong, and Cyrus was not able to equal his strength until too late. All right, let's watch the replay first. Then we'll look at all the picking contest and fantasy stuff. Okay, so early on, trying to think what's significant early. I mean, Boudica really trolls the early game with her settlements in terrible spots. Cyrus refusing to expand borders to get that copper probably hurt him a lot too. De Gaulle settles in like the most bizarre banana pattern that you'll ever see. And then the worrying starts, and it really doesn't stop until the very end of the game. I mean, we had like no time at all when there weren't wars going on in this game. So, yeah, the early. I mean, this is kind of noteworthy that the early wars just don't go against Churchill. Tokugawa gets attacked by De Gaulle, and then they sign peace. And then Boudica declares war on De Gaulle, and then Genghis Khan declares war on De Gaulle. But like, no one is attacking Churchill. And Cyrus declares war on Kublai. I think this was the war that really made things work for Churchill. One of the things that flipped his way, because it meant that all the wars would stalemate, right? Because like De Gaulle took a long time to die, Cyrus wasted a lot of time fighting here. These two spent forever fighting each other. If like let's say that instead Cyrus had declared war on I don't know, on Tokugawa. Maybe Toku dies quickly, and then that frees up the winners to go after Churchill. But because it didn't, he just never gets attacked because these wars last forever. They last for like 100 turns without a lot happening. Like all that stalemate just lets him take the Barb cities, just tech, 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 and just bought him so much time, which probably is not something that is likely to happen in a lot of other games. Like, I don't think people are wrong for not picking Churchill. I don't think this was like that likely of an outcome, but he needed the diplomacy to break in his favor. He had a really nice starting area, and in this game it did. And like that happens sometimes. So we see De Gaulle finally get defeated, and then it looks like Boudica is going to be the next one to go because she's in a war with both Genghis Khan and Cyrus, but she manages to hang in there because Tokugawa then, I believe, jumps into this war. Yeah, Toku then saves her by declaring war on Genghis Khan, and the merry-go-round continues. And then Cyrus declares war on Toku, and so instead of Boudica dying, it's Tokugawa who ends up dying, which is the surprise there, how that flipped around, so Boudica survived. So we see Toku go down slowly, and then Genghis Khan becomes one of the big powerhouses. Of course, when Cyrus is in the middle of that, he gets attacked by Boudica and then signs peace. So the next thing that happens is Genghis Khan declares war on Churchill. I guess earlier Kublai Khan declared. I skipped that, but Genghis declares war on Churchill, and that's really the turning point because Churchill has just been teching, but now he finally puts that tech into action, and we see the disintegration of both Mongolias. Cyrus getting the last hit on Kublai over there, but like by this point, it's just too late. Too big of a tech advantage. The flood recedes, and the Mongolian civilization is destroyed. Cyrus could also have declared on Churchill. It's true, although that probably would have gone worse for him. And then we just had the late game. Hey, Cyrus is really far ahead in tech. If he just wants to wipe out Boudica, he can. So he does, but he can't catch up to Churchill, who's too far ahead in tech. They race to space, but it's ultimately not that close. And Churchill wins the space race by probably about 10 to 12 turns over Cyrus. Not like not like a smashing victory, but not like a photo finish either. So pretty pinwheel we've got going on. Very, very colorful map there. And if you want to see the demos, Cyrus is here and then Churchill is here, if you're curious. Churchill's GMP was quite a bit better, but they're very close in production and food, close in soldiers, close in land area. Churchill's just a little bit stronger in all those categories.